radio station.
KERX, Paris, Fort Smith, from the Busch Light Studios. This is ESPN 95.3.
Pitino suffers his first home SEC loss in his 3 years at Kentucky. The final score, Arkansas 105 and Kentucky 88.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
You're causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from HitThatLine.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one Razorback. Number one.
This is The Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy?
What's wrong?
Lloyd!
The Morning Rush starts right now.
It is a Toyota Tuesday here on The Morning Rush. It's also one of my favorite days of the year, National Pizza Day. And yes, I will be partaking in a pie later today. I know that we will, at some point during today's program, talk a little pizza this morning. But we do have Arkansas, Kentucky ahead of us tonight. 6 o'clock, ESPN Arkansas, hitthatline.com. We'll have your coverage beginning at 5:30. Now, this game doesn't have the same draw as some games between the Razorbacks and the Wildcats in years past. So I want to go into some of the better games in Arkansas and Kentucky basketball history. Clay Henry's going to join us as he usually does, the publisher of Hogs Illustrated, at 7 o'clock this morning. We'll talk what he thinks each assistant brings to the Arkansas football team. He wrote a piece. His State of Hog piece was on Jamal Ashley, so we'll discuss that with him coming up. They put out something, the Arkansas football Twitter account did, about Jalen Catalon's social media growth. And some of you don't give a rat's you-know-what about social media, but this is something that's coming down the pipe that we need to discuss. And I also want to give you an update on the streaker at the Super Bowl that I thought was quite interesting.
There's an interesting note that was, let's just say, financially beneficial for him.
It's a good way to put it.
We're going to tell you. So there's your hook. There's your reason to stick around. So what's your favorite pizza? You want to wait on that? I could go for a pizza right now.
That's what you said when you walked into the building.
In a National Pizza Day, forget the breakfast pizza. No eggs, none of that breakfast pizza. Let's just get it on with the meat lovers, or a something with Italian sausage, onions, and mushrooms, or something like that this morning. Just get it on. Who can make us a pie this morning?
Who wants to bring one in early?
So, big game tonight, but maybe a good game to watch. Hopefully with a big pizza tonight. Arkansas 1.5-point favorite, which is about what we thought yesterday, that this would be about a 1 or 2 point line. Is exactly what it ended up being, with Arkansas just the slightly an edge in this game according to the betting lines. So,
do you expect Arkansas to win tonight? Is
Yes.
that the expectation heading into this basketball?
They're the better basketball team.
Does it matter in Kentucky
being the better team?
Yes, based on
because there's been a hell of a lot of times they've been a lot better than you and beat you 30. So, I expect Arkansas to go in and win because Kentucky struggles to shoot from the perimeter. Kentucky's not their normal Kentucky team. They are not a good shooting basketball team. You can start there, and I know we're going to get into a lot of digging into what their deficiencies are, what their strengths are. But one of Arkansas's strengths is, or one of the things that Eric Musselman requires, is you defend the perimeter. I think Arkansas will not allow them tonight to shoot 42% from three-point range like seemingly happens. I know where your mind's going, that, this will be the night it all comes together. Well, I think Arkansas's defensive strengths match up to keep them at bay on some of the things that they're going to need to do tonight.
I'm just not feeling good about this basketball game because it's Kentucky and it's also a road game. I would feel a little differently if it was at home, but Arkansas, we've seen, has struggled on the road this season. Yes, they played some really good SEC opponents there, and I know Kentucky, to say Kentucky is down this year is quite an understatement because they are just not good this season. They're really, really bad.
Yeah, I think they're rattled. I think Kentucky is down on Kentucky right now. I think they are mentally unraveling in Lexington.
This just feels like a game that Arkansas would go in and Kentucky somehow, some way puts it together. And I hope I'm dead wrong about that. But when you lose 8 straight to the Wildcats, and I'm trying to think, I don't know if there's a team in that stretch that Arkansas had the better team in, because if you look at some of Arkansas's better teams when they matched up against each other, they kind of ran into a buzzsaw. Like the 2015 team with Bobby Portis, Michael Qualls and company, that was the team, Kentucky, that didn't lose a game until the Final Four, until they lost to the Wisconsin Badgers. That's the buzzsaw that they ran into. Then you look at some of the teams with Jalen Barford and Daryl Macon on it. They ran into De'Aaron Fox, Bam Adebayo, and Malik Monk. There's just some really, really talented Kentucky teams. And this one is talented. It's not like they're missing McDonald's All-Americans or anything. They just haven't had time to gel. They don't necessarily have a point guard. And John Calipari is pulling his hair out seemingly every single game.
And here's the weird thing, Ty. All those early season losses, who were they to? They were to other Blue Bloods, or a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of the losses Kentucky suffered pre-SEC play was what? They lost to Kansas, then they played North Carolina and lost to them. My point is they played a heck of a tough schedule by normal standards, but then we're going to talk later in the program, you look up and all these Blue Bloods are missing from the top 25. What? I mean, it's kind of a – help me figure out what's going on. Why all – not just one, but just seemingly all of these programs you count on to be Final Four contenders are all on the skids this year.
Well, I'll give you a stat. If you look at the 13 winningest programs in college basketball history, not a single one of them are ranked inside the AP Top 25 poll, and that includes Kentucky, Kansas, North Carolina, Duke, Temple, Syracuse, Arizona, UCLA. I mean, I can keep going and going and going.
I mean, we may see 4 teams. The collection of the 4 teams at the Final Four this year may just blow your mind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Gonzaga was ever going to win the national championship, this is their year, right?
I would think that Mark Few and company and Scott Drew down at Baylor, and maybe there's another team
that's a good other one.
Those are really kind of the two premier teams that a lot of people expect to meet.
If you don't do it now, you're never going to do it.
It is just ripe for the taking with again all these Blue Bloods. Let me list these. It's really the 4 main schools that you think of as of late: Kentucky, Kansas, North Carolina, Duke are not in the AP poll. And then there's 13 total teams that have the winningest record in college basketball history and are not ranked this year. And that's a combination of COVID. That's a combination of just being a weird year. But if you're a team in college basketball that usually would have just a decent chance of making it to the Sweet 16, and you're looking at the field and what's happened so far this college basketball season, you've got to be tunnel vision thinking, hey, we got a shot at a national championship here, at least in contention.
You know what this means, though? It means you can't be a 9 or a 10 seed. If Arkansas is in the tournament and they're a 9 or a 10 seed, guess who you're not playing in the second round? You're not playing North Carolina as a 1 seed. So you got that going for you this year.
Which has knocked you out of the 2017 NCAA tournament. They knocked you out of the 2015 NCAA tournament. They knocked you out of the 2008 NCAA tournament. They beat you in Portland, Oregon. Is it 4 straight losses? Maybe it's 5.
Your memory's better than mine.
There might be one more that I'm missing out on.
I just know that it seemingly you get in, your seed's not quite where you want it, and then here come the Tar Heels.
The most painful one was the 2017 game when Joel Berry shoved Adriel Bailey out of the way. They didn't call a charge. He threw it off the boot, and I think it was Kenny Meeks that got the rebound. Just really frustrating, and Tar Heels seemingly get the best of you as of late in the postseason.
All right, we're brought to you by The Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building your next fence. I can tell you because they built some gates and some fencing for me at my home a couple of years ago. You can trust these guys because they'll do any custom project, custom gates, custom fencing, or just a standard wood privacy fence. If that's what you need, they're there for you. They're affordable. They do a great job of getting out and making sure your project is perfect when it is done. Plus, they have 18 months same as cash financing available when you call the Fence Man. So call our buddy Sean at the Fence Man for new fencing, gates, or anything involving a fence at the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. That's 782-3936 for the Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Coming up in the program, we're going to talk about some of the best Arkansas-Kentucky basketball games in its history.
This is Toyota Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Get by your local Toyota dealer for a test drive today. Toyota, let's go places.
RV Show pricing is arriving early.
It is National Pizza Day today, and the only place to satisfy your craving is at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. Their special today only is large pizzas for the medium price. Yes, you heard me right. Large pizzas for the medium price. They're open for lunch now, and they're back open till 2 a.m. on weekends. Dine in, carry out, delivery. Give them a call at 479-783-9941. You can check them out online at papaspub.com. 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Arkansas. Perhaps the world.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This is Pastor Heath from Woodland. I know some of these ads make you glad, but most probably make you mad. The reason is people believe the lie that heals is better than the truth that hurts. Our purpose at Woodland is to risk the hurt by exposing the lies so you can be wise unto salvation. If you'd like to know more, check out our website, woodlandpeople.church. There you can download our app and listen to our podcast. That's woodlandpeople.church.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Get the nicer, newer car you want today and save up to $3,113 at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Are you concerned about possible COVID exposure for you or your employees? Fort Smith has a new option for PCR COVID testing that is fast and accurate. Natural State Laboratories out of Little Rock has opened a PCR COVID drive-thru location in Fort Smith at Community Bible Church. PCR testing is the most sensitive, accurate test available, and results are available the next day. No appointment is necessary. Convenient COVID PCR drive-thru testing in Fort Smith is open 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday at Community Bible Church, located at 9201 Dallas Street.
Achieve your health and wellness goals in 2021 with a fantasy spa or a complete endless pool fitness system from Burton Pools and Spas. Hi, Tommy Kraft here. There's no better way to start a new year out than with a spa or a great place to get your exercise every day with an endless pool fitness system. And the experts are at Burton Pools and Spas. Hot tubs start at $28.95 and there's 28 different models to choose from. And I love what I read about the endless pool fitness systems. Great way to get your exercise in. Boundless fitness, year-round swimming, and you can get swimming, which is great exercise in your own backyard every day. And when it comes from Burton's, you can count on delivery, complete setup, and total installation from Burton's. Read more online at burtonpools.com or stop in Fort Smith or in Springdale in Northwest Arkansas for all of the details. New spas and endless pool fitness systems from Burton Pools and Spas in Springdale and in Fort Smith, and always online at burtonpools.com. Happy New Year from Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
At Frank Rowe Furniture for the month of February, Frank Rowe Furniture is ready to deal on cash or finance sales. Just come on in and tell us you heard this ad on ESPN 95.3 and receive huge discounts. Frank Rowe Furniture stands behind our furniture with service after the sale and carry as many made-in-the-USA brands as possible. We are family-owned and offer in-store no-credit check financing. Frank Rowe Furniture, 405 4th Street, Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Nolan Richardson and his Arkansas Razorbacks with their biggest win in their brief Southeastern Conference tenure.
Streaming live at hitthatline.com.
Got a good text from Matt Hackett to tie a bow in our last conversation. In regards to the Blue Bloods being how they are this year, he feels like that it's because they haven't been able to keep a lot of guys through their junior and senior year, and with how weird it's been this year, it's kind of the continuity is just not there with COVID and everything.
I mean, that's one of the issues Kentucky always seems to have early in the year. They don't have veteran leaders on the team because they've always seem to be loaded up with 5 or 6 or 7, more than half their 13 players. And they always need those 1 or 2 or 3 guys that are the junior, senior leaders, fourth-year players.
Mm-hmm.
They don't ever have those guys. So this is – I agree with what you're saying, Matt, but I don't think that's anything new for Kentucky. You know, I think Duke is getting into that, but I think this was the year you needed fourth-year players, fifth-year players. There's not a lot of fifth-year players in college basketball. But
that's why Justin Smith is so valuable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though I know it's his first year at Arkansas, but as a veteran guy.
If you're a fifth-year player at a place like Duke or Kentucky, I mean, how rare is that? I mean, it means you're just not going to go to the NBA. You're probably going to play overseas at best, right? So generally not a lot of fifth-year players and generally not a lot of fourth-year guys around those type of programs. But good point out of you, Matt. Hey, we're brought to you by River City Bistro. You've seen the forecast, right, for this next 3 or 4
assuming
days?
It's cold.
You're just assuming it's cold. You hadn't seen it? Like wind chills.
I don't look at
below
the weather.
0. Oh, okay. Well, just wear you some T-shirt and gym shorts.
Okay.
Just don't worry about it at all.
It'll be about nice and 70 this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be about 72.
Sunny
You don't worry
70.
about it. Hey, for the rest of us, it's going to be below 10 degrees. All right. So
Did you say
don't,
below 10?
Yeah.
God.
Look at the wind chills. It's going to be bad. River City Bistro. Soup. Keep you warm. Get some soup to go. Don't tell Ty he can wear gym shorts. All right. River City Bistro always has a great soup. Follow them on Facebook, and you can find out what the soup of the day is. I always like getting like the Reuben sandwich, or the turkey Devonshire. I know is Phil's favorite. That is a warm, hearty favorite because they take like a bunch of their slow roasted turkey, they pile it high, then they top it with bacon and smother it in a rich, cheesy sauce, and then they bake it. And I'm telling you,
that'll warm you up.
This thing comes out at like 500 degrees or whatever. It will warm you up. I'm telling you, it's going to be soup season for in a soup weekend for everyone but Ty. No one tell Ty it's going to be cold.
I wore shorts and
he can wear shorts this
yesterday.
weekend and
Yeah.
come in with some frostbite on Monday. All right, River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers, our favorite place to go for anything. If you love deli sandwiches, you love great soups, you love stuff that's made fresh from scratch. I love the fried zucchini that's on their appetizer menu. River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue, locally owned business. Follow them on Facebook. Check them out online, rcbistro.com.
When you think about this matchup tonight, there are some NBA caliber players that you'll get to see, but let's just go back to last year. Isaiah Joe, Philadelphia 76ers. Mason Jones, Houston Rocket. Emmanuel Quickley's playing really well this season. Tyrese Maxey, and Quickley's playing for, I think, the Knicks, and Maxey's playing for the 76ers. Also, Ashton Hagans, Nick Richards. These are NBA guys. You think about the atmosphere last season when Cal got thrown out. Hunter Yurachek sporting a shark suit before he walks in because the students were doing that Sharkensaw thing. They started lining up at 5 a.m. for that basketball game. Now, we know Dick Vitale said some things on social media that many of you took offense to this past season because you felt like that the Bud Walton atmosphere is crazy all the time, and he felt like it was just because Kentucky was in town. He since retracted those comments and
but it goes to another level with Kentucky.
And
we can sit here and take offense to anything, but Dick's right that
people aren't willing to admit that.
It goes to another level when Kentucky comes to town, just like the football stadium will go to another level that we have never seen when Texas arrives next year, assuming it is allowed to be full.
Because it's been 17 years since you last played Texas in Fayetteville, Arkansas, that 2004 game that I know Matt Jones wish he could have back. There's been some great basketball games in this series between Arkansas and Kentucky. So I'd like to ask you this morning, the 877-377-6963. We'll come back to this conversation, so if you don't have time to get in now, we'll make sure via call or text we will allow you into the program. What is your best Arkansas-Kentucky memory? It's a question. You think about my sophomore year in 2014 where Michael Qualls had the dunk heard not only across Arkansas, but really across the college basketball world. Brad Nessler, Jimmy Dykes on the call. We've heard Chuck Barrett's called numerous times. Unbelievable game it was that night. I mean, there was Michael Qualls, Bobby Porras, the Harrison twins, Julius Randle. That team was stacked. That team went all the way to the national championship, if you remember. Lost to UConn and Shabazz Napier and Ryan Boatright. What a game it was in Bud Walton that night. And you follow that performance up with another overtime win in Lexington later that year.
Yeah, and I think for recent memories, just because the way the game – I mean, walk-off dunks the game-winning walk-off dunks just – how often do you see it? Forget about Arkansas, just in general in the sport.
The only other one I can think of is Wittenberg, North Carolina State. Is that 1982 over Phi Slamma Jamma? Mm-hmm. Is that right?
82, 83. You're in the right era there.
Was it Clark or Wittenberg? Was Wittenberg the one that shot the ball and then Clark got the rebound?
You
don't know?
I've slept too many nights since then. So, but I mean, point is, you're going back 40 years. As an example, point is, you don't see walk-off dunks very often. That was one thing that made that so exciting, the way that game ended. I'm just pulled out the media guy, just looking at, we all remember the older guys, and I was teenager, watching Arkansas come into the SEC, the early 90s, high school age. Some of those great battles in the early and mid-90s Arkansas had with Kentucky.
Lorenzo Charles.
When Rick Pitino was their head coach, I mean, and Nolan was patrolling the sidelines for Arkansas. There was just some incredible back and forth between these two programs that I think the folks in their 40s and 50s and 60s really remember. When Arkansas first got into the Southeastern Conference and started playing Kentucky on the regular.
Let's go back to those early SEC matchups and kind of what they were to this basketball team. Tommy, I know we're running out of time here this segment, but we will come back to this conversation and what you have. I mean, there were just so many great matchups early on, as you were discussing,
and they were meaningful games. Mm-hmm. They were SEC tournament games. They were big regular season games, but they were a lot of games that had things on the line, and they were nationally ranked programs. And it was kind of an extension or another chapter of the Arkansas UNLV games. Arkansas had been to the Final Four in '90 in Denver. So Arkansas was a program that had established itself.
We'll get back into this, but coming up, we're going to talk some quickening headlines and National Pizza Day.
This is Toyota Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Get by your local Toyota dealer for a test drive today. Toyota, let's go places.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
This is Brett Good, former Razorback and Super Bowl champion with the Green Bay Packers. Everyone loves to be on a winning team. That is why I have joined Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions. Henderson Phillips can help you tackle all your employee benefit, health insurance, and staffing management solutions. Plus, I can help you with any commercial or personal insurance need. Come join my team at Henderson Phillips. Call me, Brett Good, at 479-651-2292. That's 651-2292.
Tommy Kraft here for The Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building your next fence. The Fence Man recently built new gates for my existing fence. The whole process was easy, quick, and most importantly, affordable. Plus, 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available with The Fence Man. If you need a new fence, gate, or anything that involves a fence, call The Fence Man, 479-782-3936. That's 782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
The B.F. Goodrich President's Day sale, because leaders never follow. Between February 12th and 19th, get a $70 or $50 reward card or virtual account after online submission with the purchase of 4 new select B.F. Goodrich passenger or light truck tires. Come see us at Southern Tire Mart just off I-540 at exit 14 in Fort Smith today for quality B.F. Goodrich tires and the best-in-class service. Get where you need to be with Michelin, B.F. Goodrich, and Southern Tire Mart. See bfgoodrichtires.com/promotion for complete details. Offer expires February 19, 2021. Void where prohibited.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hey, Grounds Guys.
Hey, what?
Can you clean up my yard?
You betcha. That's what the Grounds Guys are here for. Grounds Guys will clean up any of that lingering winter debris like leaves and branches, prep your lawn for spring, and give your flower beds a fresh new look. The Grounds Guys is your one-stop shop for all your lawn care needs in Northwest Arkansas and the Fort Smith area. Call 479-303-GUYS. That's 303-GUYS. Or visit groundsguys.com. The Grounds Guys. Leave the yard work to us.
Your locally owned TGI Fridays in Fort Smith is now open for dine-in, curbside to go, and delivery for both lunch and dinner, 7 days a week. TGI Fridays is taking your safety seriously, following every guideline. Enjoy Fridays favorites like appetizers, burgers, sandwiches, salads, all the great Fridays, signature entrees, kids meals, and great desserts. TGI Fridays, now open for dine-in, curbside to go, and delivery. Call 479-484-0906. That's 484-0906. Or order online at Fridays.com. Your locally owned TGI Fridays at I-540 in Rogers and Fort Smith.
Attention high school seniors, are you involved in welding classes? If so, United Welding Institute in Pottsville has an incredible opportunity for you. High school seniors that are interested in competing will have the chance to win a $10,000 welding scholarship and welding supplies. There will also be cash prizes for those that finish in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Positions are extremely limited to enter the competition, so to get more info and to sign up, contact United Welding Institute at 479-968-3390 or by logging onto their website, unitedweldinginstitute.com.
This is Mike Atchley with Atchley Air. Did you know we've been serving customers like you since 1958? For our 63rd birthday, Carrier gave us a free furnace. We decided to pay it forward by giving the furnace away along with a brand new high-efficiency air conditioner. For your chance to win, go to AtchleyAir.com. One lucky homeowner will win a high-efficiency system valued at nearly $9,000, and there's no cost to you. Don't wait to enter. The drawing will be held on February the 25th.
AtchleyAir.com.
Bryn Higgins Trucking in Mulberry is immediately hiring for weekend and part-time local and over-the-road driving positions. Go to work for a great family-owned business transporting frozen and refrigerated goods since 1997. At Bryn Higgins Trucking, you truly are part of a family that cares about your future and your family. Contact Brent or Connie today at 479-997-2366. That's 479-997-2366. Or apply online at BrentHigginsTrucking.com for weekend and part-time local and over-the-road driving positions. Are you looking for a great deal on a previously owned vehicle but want to avoid high-pressure sales? If so, you need to visit Edwards Auto Sales in Roland. For over 30 years, Ernie Edwards and his staff have helped folks from Arkansas and Oklahoma River Valley buy a quality vehicle and offer a Buy Here, Pay Here program as part of their services. Some restrictions may apply. Come visit Edwards Auto Center newly remodeled facility, 3 miles west of the Garrison Bridge, the first car dealer on your right, or log on at edwardsautosalesinc.com.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
There it is, dumped it inside. Blocked by Miller. And we'll go to overtime.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
Quick hit headlines coming up here on the Morning Rush. It is National Pizza Day. I want to tell you what's going on at Papa's Pub in Pizzeria coming up here later in the program. I'm getting hungry already just thinking.
Papa's is like one of them places that's a treat. You know, like I don't go there often enough, but those 5 or 6 times a year when you go and you get a pizza or you get it to go, it's like a real treat.
Today's the day to go.
Oh, man. Yeah, National Pizza Day, absolutely. Hey, you seriously haven't looked at the forecast for the weekend? We got like lows at Saturday's low is 10. Sunday's low is 16.
I will be in Tulsa watching my nephew play basketball.
Monday, 40% chance of snow. The high is 27 in the River Valley. I'm looking, let's see, Northwest Arkansas. We are looking at temperatures. My phone won't cooperate ever, but temperatures, high temperatures in the low 20s. You know what that means? It means it's hot tub weather. You don't have a hot tub from Burton Pools and Spas. We're doing it all wrong. I don't have one either, but guess what? We're going to be getting one of these babies because Hot Springs makes the best. That's the brand name. Hot Springs makes the best hot tubs. Energy efficient, easy and affordable to operate on an ongoing basis. Ty, they even have saltwater models. You know, you got a pool that's a saltwater pool. They make saltwater model hot tubs now. So easy to take care of. When the cover comes off, it doesn't have that chlorine smell that just hits you in the face. That's what's available now with Burton Pools and Spas. 28 different models to choose from. Ask about saltwater models. They're even showing me where you can get Bluetooth speakers with a subwoofer built into your hot tub. And it's not that expensive to have that added on. You can even get, I was watching a YouTube video, a TV added and built in. So you can watch TV sitting in your hot tub. That seems, well, that'd be good. I mean, you can sit there and watch Arkansas beat Kentucky if you had one of those. So ask about the Hot Springs Spas at Burton Pools and Spas. Springdale, Fort Smith, either location, 28 to choose from. And you better hurry because right now to get the certain models, let's put it that way, there's a little bit of a wait, 30, 60, in some cases 90 days. So maybe you need that to get your backyard ready. But if you're wanting a hot tub and you want a specific model, go to burtonpools.com and find out more. Burton Pools and Spa, Springdale and Fort Smith, online at burtonpools.com, your source for backyard fun.
We were joking yesterday what Arkansas media member you'd like to see streaking at the first Razorback football game of the season. And the reason we did that is because you did have the Super Bowl streaker, and there's a little update on why he did that. So a man, and I'm skeptical sometimes when I see a picture. I don't know if it's confirmed or not. But
it wasn't really streaking means you're naked. He wasn't naked. Streaking by definition is unclothed.
You're going to get hit with what?
Well, I mean, that's the problem. Now you can't live in the neighborhood near the school. I mean, yeah, exactly. You got to register as a sex offender now if you go truly streak. We call them streakers, but they're not streakers by definition. And I'm not advocating for that. I'm just saying that we need to find a new term, I guess.
This guy allegedly,
listen to this, folks.
Yeah, allegedly did this.
Listen
where
what Ty's going to tell you.
He bet $50,000 on a prop bet at $750 that there'd be a streaker at the Super Bowl.
Did you know there would? We didn't go over that in our prop bets. I didn't even know this was a bet.
I saw that, I believe, on FanDuel, maybe that's where I remember seeing that, but we didn't, as you mentioned, we did not discuss that in our FinSpan Friday picks.
Right.
And his buddy went out first as a diversion, so he wouldn't be caught. It cost him $1,000 to get out of jail, so he cleared $374,000 allegedly.
Good for
on
him.
The bet. Is that like when the sports book or wherever he did, like, are they gonna try put a clause in there? Technically, it had to be naked. Like, is there when it says you just said streaker has to be naked?
Well, I mean,
technically he wasn't naked.
I just know I've listened to the Ray Stevens song a million times. They call him the Streak. I don't know if you ever heard that song. We may have to get we may have to get that on the air here in a minute for you. Do you even know who Ray Stevens is?
He's a singer.
You're just guessing now. You're just lying. You don't really know who he is, do you?
He's a singer.
Well, name me a song besides The Streak.
Everything is Beautiful.
Oh God.
I think you're confusing.
Misty.
Oh, you got the you got your computer over
Yeah.
here. All right.
The Streak.
You're cheating. You're cheating.
Glycerin.
Okay.
You ever heard of Jeremiah Peabody's polyunsaturated?
So according to Ray Stevens, don't look, Ethel. Don't look, Ethel. So that would be streaking. So,
okay. Country pop.
He's a country singer. He played in Branson for the later stages of his career. Very popular in the 80s. But he had a song about streaking. And a guy running naked through town, and the wife's name in the song was Ethel. And that's the big part of the song.
Big joke.
Don't look, Ethel!
Now we know we kind of got more of a background of why that guy ended up streaking. Arkansas.
He did it for the money, folks.
Yeah, he did.
And I don't blame him.
Yeah, a lot of people would probably do the same thing.
$50,000 though.
It's a lot of money if you get caught.
How old is this dude?
He looked 30s or 40s based on the picture. Maybe I'm off.
I'm guessing that would be a big chunk of his life savings to
give up,
to put on the line.
I would think so.
At that point, you have no choice. If Ty Richardson has $50,000 in the savings account, and you put it all on the line with Bovada or one of these offshores, what'd you say? FanDuel was the other one.
FanDuel's one.
All right, you put $50,000 down. This is the vast majority of your life savings. You got to do it then, right?
You got to.
Sober, drunk, 0.18, it doesn't matter. You've got to go through with it because you've got $50,000 tied up. It doesn't matter how much pain and suffering the security guards may inflict upon you. You have to go through with this. That's what old boy did here. He couldn't lose the $50,000.
Eric in Greenwood says if you watch the video, he did pull his drawers down, exposing his butt. So
there you go.
Does that count? If he mooned him? I guess. I don't know. Speaking of money, Arkansas was initially
according to Kevin Harlan, he had a bra on.
That's it. Yeah, it was a weird get up for sure. Speaking of money,
for how much money? 300 and how many?
He cleared 374, so he would have made 375, but he had to pay $1,000 to get out of jail.
I could do some weird stuff for nearly $400,000.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Like streaking, that would be in that category. Arkansas initially was a favorite in tonight's basketball game, but now Kentucky is the favorite. Arkansas is now a 2-point underdog, so the line shifted about 3.5 points as it stands right now.
Big Blue coming in coming in hot with the money. They don't respect Arkansas. This is all the Kentucky people thinking, all right, we're finally going to get a win because we're playing Arkansas. They don't respect Arkansas. Yeah, that's what this is all about.
Think a lot of money's coming out for Lexington.
Well, I mean, Kentucky has unfortunately Kentucky has fans everywhere. It's not just Lexington. I mean, they have a national fan base, and that's what's going on here.
National brand, so it's a lot different from Arkansas, regardless if you feel good about that statement.
That was my initial thought when you asked the question what the line would be was Kentucky plus or Kentucky minus a point or two, and then we said, well, the FPI or the BPI rather had Arkansas as a 60-something% chance of winning. So well, maybe it'll be the other way, but clearly they have bet the line across. So
changed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Other quick headlines for you. Did you see Terry Mahajer?
Yeah.
This isn't official. I don't think I want to double check on that. When I went to bed, it wasn't official. It's reported by Pete Thamel, Bruce Feldman. Looks like he's going to take Danny White's old job. Danny White, the now Tennessee athletic director, was at UCF. Now,
right, so
Terry's an Arkansas State alum.
Yeah, so for those that don't maybe put those together. Terry Mohajir, the AD at Arkansas State, been on the College Football Playoff Committee. Him and Hunter Yurachek have been working in recent weeks and months to get the Arkansas State series. So we asked the question last week when the news rolled out of the Arkansas State game played in 2025, kind of who would be around for this? Would Hunter Yurachek be here? Terry Mohajir? Would Butch Jones and Sam Pittman be around? Would any of these main principals to this event coming up in 4+ years, who's going to still be here for it? Well, we now see the first casualty, perhaps, of this deal.
Couple NFL tidbits for you before we get into National Pizza Day. And our Morning Rush poll question this morning is, what is your favorite pizza topping combination? If you want to go and text those in or call in about that, we will hop into that conversation coming up here on the Morning Rush. This is from Pro Football Talk. If you're a 49ers fan and you're waking up this week after losing a Super Bowl close to the Kansas City Chiefs last year and watching Tom Brady do it, Tom Brady's childhood team was San Francisco. And it's reported by Pro Football Talk that he wanted to sign with Kyle Shanahan and the San Francisco 49ers. They declined.
Well, that's where he's from. That's where he grew up. That was, I mean, if you've listened and followed Brady at all, I mean, it's kind of amazing. Him and Aaron Rodgers both within, about 150 miles of each other where they grew up. Watching Joe Montana, idolizing Joe Montana, idolizing that franchise. So it makes sense that's where he would want to play because that was his boyhood dream. And but I'd say it's worked out okay for him. I'd say the plan B has went okay.
No doubt about it. But if you're a San Francisco 49ers fan, are you irritated by John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan not getting this done?
Here's the thing.
Newly elected Hall of Fame John Lynch.
As we've said yesterday when talking about Mahomes and the creation of a dynasty there, what Brady has done is phenomenal. And listen, the Patriots couldn't have done it without him, but he could not have done it without the Patriots and that organization and their willingness to do what they've done. Belichick getting the right players. I mean, this is not just plug in Tom Brady, go to 10 Super Bowls. It's not that simple. Tom Brady can, as we saw this year, he can make some moves, got some free agents, got Gronk come back off the beach and play football. He was able to use his influence and his veteran status and power and being the GOAT to get some guys to come play with him, but he wouldn't have been able to do that 15 years ago. So the idea that you could just plug Tom Brady in with the 49ers and they go to 10 Super Bowls is I don't buy that either. Would the 49ers have been as good in the front office? Would they have had a head coach as good as Belichick or on that level to make Tom Brady what Tom Brady was? In the end, all the pieces aligned, all the stars aligned for Tom Brady to have one magical career that no one will ever match. And I don't think it would have happened in San Francisco. It would only have happened in New England with Patriots and ultimately what he's done this year with the Buccaneers. And I think he's not done with the Buccaneers. I think there's another season or two, and probably, I mean, who else is going to match him in the NFC? I don't see anybody else matching him. Think about this. The Buccaneers did what they did with no OTAs, no off-season drills and workouts, limited practice. Give Tom Brady a full boat of practices and workouts and off-season. There's no telling what the Bucs could be this year.
Speaking of New England, it actually had a better television rating with the Super Bowl than Tampa Bay did, which I found surprising. 57 compared to 52.
That is surprising. But Tampa's probably more of a transient market. More people,
socialite scenery. It doesn't feel like.
No, I'm just saying the people that live in Tampa aren't from Tampa.
Okay.
The people that live in the Boston area and in New England, there's not a lot of transplants. People move to Tampa because they want warm weather, they want beaches, they want to be close to Disney, they want for whatever, there's a lot of great reasons to move to Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Weather being chief amongst them, the ocean being chief amongst them. I mean, unless you're a history buff, that 3 feet of snow that dumped on New England last week is not one of the main reasons you're moving there. So I'm just saying there's probably more people that are not from Florida that live in Tampa than than when you compare that to the Boston area.
Last quick hit headline for you. Mike Irwin is going to be, of the Pig Trail Nation, is going to be joining me on Trusting the Process. I called Mike at 10:30 yesterday.
I hope that was AM.
I woke him up.
In the morning? Well, he's a TV guy.
And I was unaware. Jason Carroll talked to Jason because Jason was on halftime yesterday, that Mike stays up till 2 typically. And I hear, hello, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just woke Mike Irwin.
You didn't just hang up immediately?
I was scared that he was about to start yelling at me, but he was, I mean,
I wish that would have happened.
Mike's known me for a while. He's a good guy, so he's going to be joining me on Thursday, and really excited to get into that.
That will be one of the more interesting interviews I think you get to do, because Mike is great at telling stories, going back to his Texas roots, talking about playing sports and football as a kid. I mean, Mike is a great storyteller, so I think you're going to really enjoy that conversation.
It is going to be a great conversation. I waited all morning for this. This is one of my favorite days of the year. Not only is it a Toyota Tuesday, but it's also National Pizza Day. And when you think National Pizza Day, there is only one place that you need to think of. That is Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. I was talking to Brian last night. Their do-it-all guy at Papa's, they are doing their special today is large pizzas for the medium price. That means you're going to get incredible Papa's pizza for a heavy, heavy discount. Again,
you get the large for the price of a medium.
For the price of a medium, wow. Exactly. They're open for lunch now, and with Governor Asa Hutchinson lifting the restrictions, they're back open till 2 a.m. on weekends. Whether you're watching Hog Sports, this is the best sports bar to watch the Arkansas Razorbacks. You're going to have a great time.
Go there
doing
for
that.
The game tonight.
Mm-hmm. You can dine in, carry out delivery, and you can get your favorite pizza on waiter as well. Plus, if you want to look at the menu, you can go to papaspub.com. You can also check out their Facebook for daily specials. Again, National Pizza Day, large pizzas for medium price. Give them a call, 479-783-9941. 479-783-9941. That's Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. The best darn pizza in Arkansas and perhaps the world. So when you think of pizza, you think of pizza combinations, you think whether it's deep dish, whether it's pan, St. Louis style, whatever the case may be.
What is St. Louis style?
It's the, I don't know how to describe it. It's not, what's it called? Panish, squarish.
All right.
You not had that?
I've just never heard of St. Louis style pizza. No.
I
know St. Louis style ribs very well, but
I'm not.
I've never heard of St. Louis style pizza.
I've had it.
Listen, you know more about pizza than me, so I'm not.
That is very much.
I just want you to educate me.
No, it's very good.
All
Papa
right.
does this thing.
Not very many bad pizzas.
No, that is true. And
no,
I know
the worst pizza I ever had was delicious.
Yeah, pizza's like sex. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good.
I wasn't going to go with that comparison, but
when you think about some of the best pizzas out there and some of the crazier combinations, Papa's does this thing when Arkansas plays Florida. They make an alligator pizza. I've never had that. I've been told it's really,
I've had
really
fried
good.
alligator many times, but the thing about Papa's when you get a pizza there is when you get it and you pick it up, you know you've got a pizza in your hand. It's weighty. It's heavy.
It's thick. A lot of toppings. So they're the owners, the Neumeyers. They also have rib room next door, and the rib room seasoning. That's what I like to get. It's when I go to Papa's. It's dang near burnt is what I get, and then I either get a Goop special, which is with the rib room seasoning and pepperoni,
for you.
or the Parm special. So it's gonna be. I am very excited about that. What's your favorite pizza combination?
Anything meat lovers is always, easy to go to. There's a couple places I go to, and I'm going to tell you that you don't think about gas station pizza, but the Casey's has this spicy Italian sausage you can get on pizza. I ordered one in here. Yeah, I think it's really good. Papa's is our favorite place. It's kind of a treat for us. 4, 5, 6 times a year, we'll order it in, particularly in the summer, a couple times a month. Papa's is great, but anything with the Italian sausage, I love the vegetables. So Supreme or meat lovers, I'm pretty simple. I don't like these exotic, something with ham and pineapple and anchovies and all these weird, non-traditional topping mixings. Just give me a meat lovers or give me a Supreme, and I'm happy. Or about a double pepperoni and you can't go wrong either way.
What's your favorite pizza style or topping combination? Get it in 877-377-6963. Our text line is already blowing up. Herb replies on Twitter, sausage, mushroom, and onion.
Oh, yeah.
Your thoughts on Herb's choice?
Hey, anything I get with vegetables on it, I want extra mushroom. So I'm right there with you, Herb.
My dad is not a mushroom guy.
I love them.
He grimaces anytime I get mushroom pizza, fried mushrooms, whatever the case may be.
My wife is, she'll pick them off. She'll live with me getting them on the pizza. She'll just politely put them to the side on her piece.
Mm-hmm.
But, I can live with just put all the mushrooms on my half of the pizza. Or my 3/4 of the pizza.
There you go. Yeah, 3/4. Make sure. Greg says pepperoni jalapeno. Are you a jalapeno on pizza guy?
I'm okay with it. It's not my favorite topping, but, if Ty Richardson orders a pizza and pays for it and it's got jalapenos on it, I'm okay with it.
You'll eat it?
I'll eat it. It's not my go-to topping.
Yeah,
And I like jalapenos.
Chance gets us on Facebook. He says chicken bacon ranch pizza. Chance, that is a great, great pie.
Mm-hmm. Particularly if they do it right and they use the ranch dressing as the sauce. No tomato sauce. You got to use the ranch dressing as the sauce.
As the full sauce this
Yes.
morning. Tyler in Greenwood says he's a New York style guy or bust. You ever been to New York City and had some pizza?
Twice. Been there twice, and you got to have some pizza on the street. I'm okay. Listen, I like thin crust. New York style's in between for me. So either give me like the thin cracker crust pizza, which I really like because it doesn't fill you up as much, or let's just go full-blown Chicago-style deep dish, need a crane to get it in my car type of pizza.
That's what JT says. He is a big Chicago-style deep dish, pepperoni hamburger sausage with extra cheese. That's what he's eating.
Yeah. Say that combo again.
Pepperoni hamburger sausage with extra cheese.
That's like a meat lovers, yeah.
Alan in Alma says hamburger with jalapenos. Now, are we cheeseburger pizza?
I love bacon cheeseburger pizza.
Bacon cheeseburger?
Papa's makes a good bacon cheeseburger pizza. Yeah, if we're going to go cheeseburger. Now, there's some places do the mustard type sauce, put the pickles on it. I love that kind of cheeseburger pizza. Yeah.
Have you ever had a chicken Alfredo or a cheese Alfredo?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of you were talking about the ranch base earlier. An Alfredo base also hits the spot to me.
It's okay. If we're at the buffet, I might get one slice of that. That's not my favorite, no. If I'm going to have Alfredo, just bring me a bowl of noodles and Alfredo.
You just want it like that?
Yeah.
Do you like barbecue chicken pizza? That's what Joe and Fayetteville enjoys.
Generally not, because generally the barbecue on the pizza, the actual barbecue is not very good.
It's
usually dried out from the oven. So, again, if it's on the buffet, I'll try a slice. It's not my go-to. I don't, I'm a pretty boring pizza guy. Give me the meat lovers. Give me the pepperoni. Give me the supreme. Give me something with extra mushrooms, sausage, mushroom, onion. Something. I'm a happy man.
Dennis in Springdale, he likes a supreme with spicy Alfredo sauce. Now, I'd be down for that. I really enjoy spicy Alfredo, so I'd be. Have you ever had? Now, I've had shrimp and I've had crawfish pizza. I haven't had alligator pizza, but if you had either of those,
I've had shrimp on pizza. Yes.
Crawfish.
I don't know if I've had crawfish. I don't think I've had that.
Really good.
I don't think I've had alligator on pizza either.
What about basil pizza?
Had alligator, but not on pizza.
Okay. What do you like, basil, like a margarita pizza or like a
My wife really likes margarita,
Does
but
she?
she lived in Italy for a while, and so she's had like real pizza.
Okay. Good.
Or that's
stuff.
what she tells me.
What are your thoughts on Hawaiian pizza as we close down here?
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it.
Not my favorite.
Not your favorite. I think
It's
that's
okay.
It's a very
I like pineapple and I like ham.
That's a very polarizing topic when people start discussing pineapple on pizza.
What do you think Clay Henry's favorite pizza is going to be?
Good question. We'll ask him coming up here later in the program.
All right, we're brought to you by World of Wireless. 877-305-DISH is the number for World of Wireless. You can call them, and they'll come out and get you installed within 48 hours at World of Wireless with a new dish system. Save you about $40 or $50 a month. If you've got something other than dish right now and the bill keeps going up, I was talking to someone yesterday whose bill went up $7 this month on DirecTV. Just out of the blue, boom, they're out of contract, went up $7. Hey, make the move to dish, knock that bill down, and enjoy the $40 or $50 a month savings for the next 2 years. 877-305-DISH. 877-305-3474. Clay Henry next on the Morning Rush.
You upgraded to the elevated ride of the 2021 Toyota Highlander.
New Highlander, Mr. D?
Yeah, figured it was time for something nicer, more refined.
Look at this thing. I mean, that moonroof is pretty sweet.
It's extremely stylish.
That's not all. As you can see, it has leather seats, dual-zone climate control,
and comes with all the latest tech.
And Android Auto. Check out this 12.3-inch touchscreen. Great for navigation, hands-free communication, music.
Awesome.
The Highlander also has loads of space and even a third-row seat.
Did I see 5 USB ports?
You sure did, buddy.
Perfect place for your daughter's new boyfriend.
This is so embarrassing.
Elevate every ride in the new 2021 Highlander.
Get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a new 2021 Highlander L for only $279 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and 3/1/21.
Hi, I'm Bill Bolton of NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins. I started in this business in 1972 at an auction house that specialized in antique and estate jewelry, sterling silver, and coins. In that time, I've seen gold go from $35 an ounce to today's price of $1,683. I want to talk to you about the coins you may have inherited and how important it is to deal with someone who understands coins and this market. In 2011, we had a mother and daughter come into our store and sell us a lot of jewelry they no longer wore for $3,300. The daughter then pulled out an 1850 California $10 gold piece. Jeremy offered her $900 and she accepted his offer. He then advised her to have this coin graded. She did, and she sold it for $36,000. If you don't know what you have, please come see Jeremy in our Bentonville store. Don't sell at an auction or an estate sale and get less money. What's in your safety deposit box could be worth thousands. NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins, Bentonville, Fayetteville.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
When you want a beer, you go to a bar. When you want top shelf spirits, wines, handcrafted cocktails, and cigars in an atmosphere befitting a destination, you go to 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge. Try our new menu items, including fish and chips, classic club sandwiches, Caesar and Cobb salads, or stick to your favorites. Dine in or carry out. Enjoy our state-of-the-art air filtration system. 906 Cocktail and Cigar Lounge, defining nightlife in downtown Fort Smith. Doors open at 4 Tuesday through Saturday.
When was the last time you looked forward to seeing the dentist? Well, if it's been a while or you haven't had the best of experience with dentistry, meet Marcy Van Ash McKinney in Family Dentistry. They take care of it all: crowns, bonding, dentures, bleaching, and cosmetic dentistry. They even offer oral consciousness sedation available for your comfort. That's Marcy Van Ash McKinney Family Dentistry at 807 South 21st. Call for an appointment today, 494-7600. That's 494-7600.
Have your travel plans changed? Looking for a place that's close to home and keep your family safe? Gaston's White River Resort is located on the beautiful White River. They offer private accommodations in their lodges and cabins. Most cabins have a fully equipped kitchen or let their restaurant staff deliver to your cabin. Call 870-431-5202 and change your plans to Gaston's White River Resort. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
River City Bistro is Fort Smith's favorite place for lunch, dinner, and brunch. Open 7 days a week. both on the heated patio and the cozy dining room. River City Bistro is locally owned and open weekdays 11 to 8, Saturdays 10 to 8, and Sundays 10 to 3. Want River City Bistro curbside to go? Just search on Facebook or Instagram for River City Bistro or go to rcbistro.com. River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
Are you concerned about possible COVID exposure for you or your employees? Fort Smith has a new option for PCR COVID testing that is fast and accurate. Natural State Laboratories out of Little Rock has opened a PCR COVID drive-thru location in Fort Smith at Community Bible Church. PCR testing is the most sensitive, accurate test available, and results are available the next day. No appointment is necessary. Convenient COVID PCR drive-thru testing in Fort Smith is open 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday at Community Bible Church, located at 9201 Dallas Street.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Slippery roads remain a main concern across the north today, with light freezing drizzle and light freezing rain providing a light coating device. It's going to be hazardous out on the roads. Our high today, low 30s north, much warmer across the south in the upper 40s. We'll see a wintry mix again across the north tonight. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Hey, this is Ty Richardson. Make sure to listen to the Morning Rush every weekday morning from 6 to 9 on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
You're listening to the Morning Rush live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Patino suffers his first home SEC loss in his 3 years at Kentucky. The final score, Arkansas 105 and Kentucky 88.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
You're causing a major disturbance on my time. If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from
hitthatline.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one Razorback. Number one.
This is the Morning Rush. Borderline erotic. With Ty Richardson.
That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy? What's wrong?
Lloyd! The Morning Rush starts right now.
Hour number 2 of the Morning Rush on a Toyota Tuesday. Going to be joined by Clay Henry, the publisher of Hogs Illustrated, coming up in just a sec. Bruce Stanton of Pradco Fishing is going to join us in about 15 or so minutes. We'll talk about a couple basketball topics with him on the way. Also,
I'd say, yeah, and we'll talk about that Arkansas-Kentucky game with him, too, because he'll have a lot of good memories of some of those early Arkansas-Kentucky games in the SEC. So, yeah, so... All right, Clay, in just a minute. Sorry about that.
No,
We're brought to you by
I thought you were going to say something. So
I was just over here thinking out loud. All right, it's pizza day. You got me talking about pizza, and now I can't control myself anymore.
Okay.
RV show pricing has already arrived at Will's RV in Springdale. I want some of the mushrooms and onions and that Italian sausage. You got everybody hungry here in the studio. Will's RV, that'd be a great place. Beat your campsite, get you one of those big Papa's pizzas. Sit back, watch the game tonight in your RV with Will's. Right now, you can skip all the lines at the RV shows, and Will's will get you fixed up with one of the industry's best brands, like Grand Design, Forest River, Vibe, the new Alliance RV fifth wheels, KZ Sportsman. They have all of the best brands, and right now, RV show pricing already underway on site at Will's RV. So stop in and see them. They got a lifetime warranty on everything they sell, so they can fix you up with that as well. Will's RV, 5 miles west of Exit 72, off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Will's RV.
We will talk basketball coming up, but Clay's latest State of the Hogs piece, as we bring Clay Henry, the publisher of Hogs Illustrated, was on Jamal Ashley. And I know that, Clay, at the end of the program on Friday, you shared a little bit about Michael Scherer, and you just wrote again about Jamal Ashley, the new Arkansas offensive line coach who comes over from Tulsa. And I know it's early, and we haven't gotten to see these guys at action in Arkansas, practice, game, whatever the case may be. Early on, though, Clay, can you give us just kind of a quick treetopped approach of what you think Arkansas is getting in these new 4 assistant coaches?
Yeah, I think number one, they're all young. And younger than maybe typical of an SEC program. They're recruiters, they're go get them in recruiting and have up personalities. And when I check with different people that I know that have ties to these guys, and sometimes I don't have them, and I'm going by what Sam Pittman says, the players just love them, and they're already plugged in. So it should be a good situation, and you never know, but it's obvious that Sam was disappointed in recruiting and that thought that they should have done better at certain positions and did not. They wanted more defensive linemen, and it's Jermeel Ashley is a guy that's had success at Tulsa in recruiting, and you think if you can recruit at Tulsa, you sure should be able to with a higher profile school at Arkansas. And my connections in Tulsa all just rave about him in the way he works with players. And they were in a 3-man front, which is what Barry Odom wants to play, and they got pressure on the quarterback at their level against the teams that they played. So now they had the defensive player of the year in Zavin Collins, who's going to be a first rounder probably. Really, really a top end linebacker. And they blitzed him at times, and they got to the passer. So I think that they feel like that they've upgraded their coaching, and that was the thought when they decided to make changes. I guess all the spots except for Justin Stepp, they made the change. The player or the coach didn't leave. It was not his choice to be swapped out, so to speak.
I mean, when you look at the youth movement, I think this youth movement that Arkansas is going through is one not just at Arkansas. I think that's for a lot of reasons. You've got all these analyst positions, you got these assistants, off the field assistant positions. These guys are proving themselves, and they're earning opportunities, and it's not just at Arkansas; it's at other places. Clay, I think that's why they're getting these opportunities at a younger age, and it's because 15 years ago you didn't have all these opportunities behind the scenes for them to prove themselves to head coaches and coordinators.
Yeah, when you see the tight end position where they added Cody Kennedy, who was a full-fledged offensive line coach the last few years, and of course he was a GA under Sam Pittman at Georgia, but he was their offensive line coach at Tulane the last 2 years, and he's they want to improve their run blocking with their tight ends, and he should be able to do that. And you think, well, why would a guy that that I think there's coordinator positions, and then there's the offensive line coach. Those are the number 1, 2, 3 guys on your staff. Well, he's going to the tight end position, which would be a step back in some people's eyes. He had just been hired as the line coach at Southern Miss, gone with Will Hall, who was a friend of his. So it was a little bit of an odd deal, other than he wants to be a coordinator and to learn more of the scheme. You're going to do that if you're the tight end coach. You're going to learn what's happening outside the box, in the passing game. The tight end has to have knowledge of both the run game and the passing game. And so that forces the offensive line coach, and that's what he was, to get involved with a little bit more of the passing game. And, that could lead to, maybe a coordinator position down the line. And that's what Sam Pittman sold him on making the move.
Clay, I think Arkansas fans are a little hesitant to hop on board with certain assistant coaches based on the track record. I know that Sam Pittman is not Brett Bielema, but based on some of the guys that Bielema brought in, based on some of the guys that Chad Morris initially hired, is that a fair skepticism for Arkansas fans to have with 4 new assistant coaches that are all younger, based on just the track record that's gone on recently?
I don't really answer those kind of questions. That's for a fan to decide. I don't really plan to tell them what they ought to think and what they ought not to think. As far as I'm concerned, I think Sam went about this logically, and if you wanted to compare him to Bielema had coaches that left by and large. He didn't terminate too many, and he didn't terminate any after 1 year. If he saw that things weren't right, it seems like it just kind of rolled along for a while. And I really would compare what Sam did more to the way Frank ran his staffs. I'm talking about Frank Broyles. And if he didn't like something, boy, he fixed it. And he didn't let it fester. He didn't let it – if he didn't think a guy could recruit or he didn't think he could coach. Now, here's what Sam said on all these guys. Yeah, they can recruit, but I watched their tape. They can coach. And so, you have to feel like a veteran coach would look at tape and understand if these guys could perform or they couldn't.
Yeah. All right, we're going to have a lot more on the coaching staff and some of these changes, and Clay's thoughts on that. He's really written a great piece on that. Also talk about the Arkansas-Kentucky game. Bruce Stanton's going to step in with us from Pradco Fishing. I know he's got a lot of great memories of some of those old Arkansas-Kentucky games from the 90s. We'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes. Hey, if you're building a home, it's a stressful time, whether you're the homeowner or the contractor. Plans changing, contractors not showing up, payments not getting made. It's a stressful time that can put you at odds with and involve you in a lawsuit. Who do you turn to? Who's got experience helping you, whether you're the contractor or the homeowner? Well, that's Kevin Hickey and his law partners at the Kevin Hickey Law Partners. They can help contractors or the homeowners. Call Brad Hull or Kevin Hickey, 479-434-2414, or online at artriallawyers.com.
This is Toyota Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Get by your local Toyota dealer for a test drive today. Toyota, let's go places.
The best deals on hot tubs and endless pools in Fort Smith and Northwest Arkansas is at Burton Pools and Spas. Achieve your health and wellness goals in 2021 with a fantasy spa starting at just $28.95 with 28 selections to choose from. Or the endless pool fitness systems. They give you boundless fitness with swimming year-round. Delivered, installed, and ready to use from Burton Pools and Spas. Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and in Northwest Arkansas. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
Saving money can seem daunting, so most of the time we don't think about it. And since we don't want to think about saving, we don't save. But now with an Easy Start certificate,
It is National Pizza Day today, and the only place to satisfy your craving is at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. Their special today only is large pizzas for the medium price. Yes, you heard me right. Large pizzas for the medium price. They're open for lunch now, and they're back open till 2 a.m. on weekends. Dine-in, carry-out, delivery. Give them a call at 479-783-9941. You can check them out online at papaspub.com. 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Arkansas. Perhaps the world.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This is Pastor Heath from Woodland. I know some of these ads make you glad, but most probably make you mad. The reason is people believe the lie that heals is better than the truth that hurts. Our purpose at Woodland is to risk the hurt by exposing the lies so you can be wise unto salvation. If you'd like to know more, check out our website, woodlandpeople.church. There you can download our app and listen to our podcast. That's woodlandpeople.church.
Now that's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Zero compromise.
Are you concerned about possible COVID exposure for you or your employees? Fort Smith has a new option for PCR COVID testing that is fast and accurate. Natural State Laboratories out of Little Rock has opened a PCR COVID drive-thru location in Fort Smith at Community Bible Church. PCR testing is the most sensitive, accurate test available, and results are available the next day. No appointment is necessary. Convenient COVID PCR drive-thru testing in Fort Smith is open 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday at Community Bible Church, located at 9201 Dallas Street.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
Did you invest in real estate only to find out that real estate takes up too much of your time? If you answered yes, then it's time to make a call to the experts. With more than 30 years of combined property management experience and more than 16,000 units managed, Trinity Multifamily are the ones to call. Get your life back. Call Trinity Multifamily at 479-452-1817 or online at trinitymultifamily.com. Trinity Multifamily, your teammate in the real estate game.
This is Mike Ashley with Ashley Air. Did you know we've been serving customers like you since 1958? For our 63rd birthday, Carrier gave us a free furnace. We decided to pay it forward by giving the furnace away along with a brand new high-efficiency air conditioner. For your chance to win, go to ashley.air.com. One lucky homeowner will win a high-efficiency system valued at nearly $9,000, and there's no cost to you. Don't wait to enter. The drawing will be held on February the 25th.
AshleyAir.com. Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dealing with a CPAP every night? The noise, the constant cleaning, your wife telling you she can't take the noise anymore. Dr. Bo Sparkman at Family Dental Care of Fort Smith can help you with sleep apnea with a custom dental appliance that allows you to get rid of that annoying CPAP. Dr. Sparkman has years of experience and has treated hundreds of patients just like you. Call for your appointment today, 785-1419. That's 785-1419. Get rid of your CPAP with Family Dental Care of Fort Smith.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Bradley for three. Watch out. Bang. Boy, what an answer. Hot. Pat Bradley.
Follow the show on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Got to talk to Bruce Stanton of Pradco Fishing. There has been some legendary games in Arkansas and Kentucky basketball. Now, this game tonight is not going to fall into that category. Maybe knock on wood. Maybe it'll be a crazy ending. But you think about some of the 90s matchups, Patino, Richardson. We'll discuss that with him coming up.
All right, that's in just a second. Spring and summer going to be here before, I know this week it does not feel anything like spring or summers. We're going to have some cold temperatures in the single digits overnight, but it will be here before you know it. It's not too early to start planning for your lawn and your landscape needs. Who do you call? You call the grounds guys in Northwest Arkansas and in the Fort Smith area. They do it all. Mowing, landscaping, cleanup, weed and feed, continued maintenance to make your yard look great this spring and summer. And right now, if you call and mention you heard it here on the Morning Rush, get 50% off your first 6-step weed and feed application. That's half off your first application to get your yard looking great this spring and summer. And their 6-step weed and feed application. Call the grounds guys. 303-GUYS is their number. Easy to remember. 479-303-GUYS, or log on to groundsguys.com.
And if you want to text in your favorite Arkansas, Kentucky basketball memory, feel free to do that at 877-377-6963. Guys,
or your favorite pizza today. Did you know it's National Pizza Day, Bruce?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
You're going to have to get you a pie today now from
Go
Papa's.
down to Papa's and get you big pizza for this game tonight.
We might have to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
How
you doing?
The outcome wasn't what you wanted this past season, but it was still a great game between John Calipari and Eric Musman. 2014, we know about the dunk and Michael Qualls, but let's go back to the 90s. This is really the heyday of Arkansas, Kentucky basketball. That rivalry. First game, SEC as SEC opponents. Arkansas goes to Lexington and wins 105-88. And this was the 9 versus 8 matchup. This was the most ever attended game in Rupp Arena at the time, over 24,000 people. And Arkansas smashed them that night. Just smashed them that night.
Mm-hmm. And, you think about when Arkansas joined the league, Kentucky was, they were holding the SEC tournament at Rupp Arena back then. You stop and think about that now, and the idea that you would host a conference tournament on a campus. Well, that's what it was back then. That's the power Kentucky had. And you think about this series, and we bring up nostalgia when these two play, but when Arkansas came in 25 years ago into this league, or a little more than that now, it was a rude awakening for Kentucky because they really hadn't had a program or another school in this league that had consistently went toe-to-toe with them and traded blows with them. And Arkansas did that, Bruce.
Well, Clay's going to have to fact-check me because it's been a while. But Arkansas was coming off all the Southwest Conference championships, Barnhill Arena. They called it Barnhill South, and you go down there and it was like a religious experience. Everybody be calling the Hogs. It was the biggest group of people to call the Hogs because Barnhill wasn't that big.
And for a lot of people, Reunion Arena was the only time you got to see the Hogs because you couldn't get into Barnhill.
And then every time a Southwest Conference, Texas Tech or A&M or whoever would lose, Hog fans would be out there buying their tickets from them. So, and by the time you got the championship game, out of 15,000, 16,000 people, 90% of them be Arkansas fans, and it'd be deafening. And of course, Day, Mayberry, Miller, the teams were really good, and they ruled the day there at the end of the Southwest Conference. So you come into that first SEC tournament in Lexington, and I didn't have the Tulsa World budget or the Arkansas Democrat budget like Clay and his dad did. I had the Southwest Times budget, so we stayed in Danville, and that was about, on a good day, 30 minutes away. There was a snowstorm hit during that first SEC tournament, and we ended up taking about a 2-hour drive every time we went to Rupp Arena. Kelly Kerr, an old photographer at the Southwest Times, and I, on that Southwest Times budget, we stayed down at the Holiday Inn in Danville, so we were driving back and forth in the snowstorm. And, you go from all the red in Barnhill South, Reunion Arena, to all the blue at Rupp Arena. And Kentucky fans did the same thing Arkansas fans did. Every time somebody lost, they buy those tickets up, and all the seats would turn blue, and it get a little louder as you made it all the way to the championship game.
And they do that now in Nashville when they can, when they're good.
They do.
I hate that.
But that first game, I think their big player for Kentucky was Jamal Mashburn. I think he had a bad night. John Pelfrey, former Razorback Florida coach. He's now at Tennessee Tech. I think he's 3-13 this year, but he was a good player on that team. Travis Ford, who's coached various places, he was a good player on that team. But that was probably the team that, older people in Arkansas remember. Mayberry, Day, and Miller, and Nolan when he had it rising after his first Final Four appearance in 90. That was the team that was supposed to bring the title home. And, they didn't win the SEC tournament. They had lost to Memphis, I think, State in the second round of the NCAA tournament that year. So it was a little bit of a thud for the Hog fans, but, it was a great team to take into the SEC. They were 13-3 in the SEC West that year, I think, beat LSU for the division title, but LSU ended up playing Kentucky in that championship game in the SEC tournament that year. But if you ask me, my first SEC tournament, Kentucky, Arkansas memory, it was that snowstorm and staying in a $50 a night hotel in Danville, Kentucky, and driving through the snow.
So the first year that they were, now I'll go get my media guide and double check this, but I covered all these, and the vivid memory I have was in Birmingham. That's the first SEC tournament that they played in, and there was a lot of speculation on who would have the most fans there. It was not in Rupp. The next year it was in Rupp, Bruce.
Okay. Yeah, the 91, it'd be 92. It was in Birmingham.
I told you to
That's
fact
correct.
check me.
Yeah. So I covered all those, and I was at the Tulsa World at the time, but it was really interesting. I was my seat was right at the end of the court, the sideline of the court, and Kentucky was playing the first game of that session that Arkansas was in, and just before the end of halftime, the Arkansas players, in their warm-up suits, they got their uniforms on. They walked in, and you couldn't really tell how many Arkansas people were there at that time because there's several teams in the SEC that wear red, including Alabama, and there were a lot of Alabama people there in their red. And, it was about, I'd say not quite half blue, and then a lot of red. And all at once, the Arkansas fans realized that the Arkansas players had come in, and they started calling the Hogs, and the second half had just started, and the place just erupted with Arkansas fans. And I can remember talking to Kentucky writers and, the radio people, and they have a mass of them there. Well, they will not, from Arkansas, come in here and get our tickets. And it was like, oh, my God, they did. Because the place was well over half full with Arkansas fans the very first time they played in the SEC tournament. And it was like the Kentucky people were overjoyed. They were just, this is awesome. We got somebody to dance with. There wasn't anybody that could stand up to them, both in buying tickets or in the way they played. And it was, now Arkansas lost that first game to Alabama, Wimp Sanderson, and it, so it was a real short-lived stay in the tournament. But it was a revelation to the Kentucky people that, that Arkansas was coming. And then you were at the next year, and I was there too. And it was a great celebration for Arkansas the way they played in that tournament.
Yeah. Clay, before we talk about tonight's game, which, needs to be the, where we need to move to next, but correct me if I'm wrong, that very first one in Birmingham, Shaquille O'Neal was still part of LSU's program, and I guess they were more or less the odds-on favorite, and then there was a big fight or big brawl, something involving LSU. I don't remember all the details, but I remember something about LSU in that tournament there in Birmingham, and that was Shaq's last SEC tournament. I don't know if you remember all the can fill in the cracks on that, but I do remember some of the details.
It wasn't a real fight. It was just some stare downs and some pushing and shoving. It was not anything, but it was blown out of proportion as most things are. But yeah, it was. I think the move from the Southwest Conference to the SEC, that there was a lot of discussion that, okay, Arkansas was going to get into some real basketball, and they would not be able to do in the SEC what they could do in the Southwest Conference, which was dominate for about 15 years. Eddie Sutton and Nolan Richardson, all those championships. And of course, they picked up right where they left off. And at least for a number of years, Nolan's teams, he celebrated playing Rick Pitino. And I remember going up there. I don't know how much time I got, Tommy. I've got another story.
You're good.
Okay. So my father and I went and covered a regular season game in Rupp, and I think it was the first one. And Rick Pitino had an Italian restaurant, a block away from the arena. We stayed at a hotel downtown, and after the game in Arkansas, basically just ran away with the game. And in the second half held the ball, and Kentucky gave up, and Kentucky fans left in the second half. I mean, it was amazing. They just could not believe that Lee Mayberry could do what he did to their team. Just destroyed them. I mean, they had, beat them every way you can beat them, and then Lee dribbled out the clock for the last 10 minutes. And they shot free throws. And so we finished our work, my dad and I did, and we went to Rick Pitino's restaurant. And the waiter asked us, what we were there for, and we said we were writers from Arkansas. And, I mean, it wasn't 10 minutes later, the Pitino popped out of the back and came and asked if he could join us for dinner and sit down, had his cowboy boots on, and was just a gracious host, would not let us pay for dinner, enjoyed the conversation, said that he was thrilled that Nolan was in the league and that it was really a rude awakening for their fans, but that he knew it was coming because he said that Nolan had great players. And he said, and he went through the roster and he said, we just don't match up with them. And he said, that's my job, is to get better players, because he says they out-talented us and out-coached us. And it was really a nice evening, and he wanted to know all of our background. And I had a new appreciation for Pitino after that.
So what do we think about tonight's game, guys? Bruce, this is not a normal Kentucky team. This is a Arkansas program that's still building. You look through this series history, and Ty printed out kind of the series history going back to 92. Well, there are a lot of games where Kentucky, in fact, the vast majority, I say 80+%, Kentucky's got a number next to their name. They're not going to have a number next to their name tonight, which makes this game unusual because you got two unranked teams playing each other.
I think it's a bad Kentucky team. He just didn't hit it with recruiting this year. They're not gelling. They're not scoring. They're struggling late in the game. I watched the Tennessee game Saturday. They had a 10-point lead with about 8-9 minutes left, and it just kind of fell apart. And Tennessee's not a good offensive team at all. Their 5-star freshman kind of took over at the end. But I think Arkansas is going to have pressure. They're going to feel like they need to win this game because Kentucky's so bad. So that just builds pressure. I don't know if you gave an update on Sills. Is he playing tonight?
Muss said Friday that
couldn't
or
lift
Saturday.
his arm. It was last update, so I think he's at best a game time decision, right?
He said it was either when they talked to him Friday or Saturday that if they would have played that day that he would not have played. But I don't know what 2 days is going to do.
Okay.
He is probably, of the guys between Justin Smith, Jalen Williams, and Moses Moody, I mean, they were all in the practice. They took a picture of them at practice, and they put that out. I don't know what you want to read into that. He would be the most unlikely of those four that plays tonight, which is
the last thing he said, he couldn't lift his arm above his shoulder.
That'll hurt a little bit, but Vanover's coming off what looked like his best game against Mississippi State. They had another double-digit comeback, so they've had a week to prepare for Kentucky. You have to think they're going to give it their best shot, even though a few of them might not play tonight. You have to think this is Arkansas's game. They just need to go take it.
I like the point in this game, or I think that the edge that Arkansas may have, and I don't know how many three-pointers Kentucky's going to shoot, knowing Arkansas is a pretty good perimeter defending team. Kentucky is not very good at shooting from the perimeter this year. I don't know how that matches up in this game, but that's clearly an edge for Arkansas tonight. One thing Muss insist on, if you're going to play for him, is you're going to defend the three-point line. I don't know how much Kentucky's going to test that tonight, but I do like the fact that I think Arkansas can keep Kentucky from having that career night. Now, I say that, and we'll probably come in here tomorrow, and Arkansas is going to be, dealing with Kentucky shooting 42% from three, because that seems seemingly how it always goes. But Kentucky is not a great shooting three-point team by any stretch.
They're not. It's not going to be a typical Rupp Arena game. You're going to have about 3,000 fans in there. It's not going to be intimidating as it normally is. So, it's a little more equal in terms of that home court advantage. I still think you have to think Arkansas is going to find a way to pull this out just based on how bad Kentucky is.
Yeah, and had some time to heal up. Clay, it seems like the thing to say is, if there was ever a time, if it was ever your moment, if there was going to be a moment to go win at Kentucky and end this streak, it's got to be tonight, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of nice performances at Rupp Arena by Arkansas. Not all of them have been victories, but they seem to go up there and play well. And this is not vintage Kentucky. They do not have the ability to score like they have, and their defense has been suspect for about half the year. I mean, there's a reason why you lose by 20 in some of these games, and they have been blown out at home. Their defense is a little better. Early, they had no concept of team defense, and they didn't understand switching, and they gradually they've figured out coaching a little bit, and they've gotten better. But they, the thing that you have to do with them is they've got length, and you will have to rebound on the defensive end. And if you can do that, and hold them to only one shot and get some stops. Arkansas has a better ability to score and to shoot than Kentucky, and that should be the difference in the game if you can defensive rebound.
Now, I know a lot of Arkansas fans really want to win this game tonight because of who Kentucky is as a basketball program and the rivalry that it once was. But even if you do get this victory tonight, it's still not a signature win. You still don't know what this basketball team is. At this point in time, and I know they've won 4 straight conference games, they have yet to be and I know Kentucky's favored tonight by 2. Arkansas started out as the betting favorite. That line has now been shifted. You still don't know what this basketball team is because Kentucky is not an upper tier.
I agree with you, but I think beating Kentucky in basketball, even in a down year, still like if you found a way to beat Alabama in football, even if they had a 9-3 year, an 8-4 year, and it was an off year, which I know that's hard to imagine, but it's hard to also imagine Kentucky sitting here, we're going to play them tonight with what a 5-12 record. I mean that's hard to imagine. So I equate the two. Yes, this is not a normal Kentucky team, but beating Kentucky in basketball, you get more chances at it. But it's still like beating Alabama in football for a lot of fans.
Well, and I still think the pressure's starting to shift because they're 5-12. You don't want to be that guy that loses to them.
No, and for your fans, as I said a moment, this is your chance. If you can't beat them now, when are you? I mean, there's a 10-game losing streak that you got back in the history. What is it? 8 games in a row you've lost to them now. It's time to end it right now, tonight.
Yeah, what you said, Bruce, is correct, but you have to look at it from the other side as well. And this is the most embarrassing, most humiliated Kentucky team in 50 years. This is disgraceful.
Well, let's
and
add
so
a little more.
The pressure,
I like
the pressure, the pressure that is on the Kentucky team and their coach is really incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it's losing puts pressure on you at Kentucky like no place else, and they don't. I mean, it was really kind of interesting. They went to Alabama a week or two ago and led the game for 34 minutes. And Calipari said that after the game, says, "Congratulations to our guys. They competed and we led for 34 minutes." That was an outrage in Kentucky. We don't celebrate leading for 34 minutes against Alabama in basketball. He wished he'd never said that.
Always a fun conversation when Bruce Stanton's in with us. It's brought to you by Pradco Fishing. You got to really man up to go out there this weekend and get on Beaver or Table Rock or Bull Shoals this weekend.
It's going to be single digits or below 0. But, we actually do in the fishing business. We celebrate when it gets down, around 0 or below because it sets everything in motion. It gets the lakes down in the 30s. And, if you're in the lure business, that means you're going to be throwing suspending lures like a suspending Rogue, original suspending Rattling Rogue. You can buy at Walmart, Bass Pro Academy, lots of places in Northwest Arkansas and all over the state. And then the umbrella rigs, which is something that developed in the fishing industry in about 2012. You're throwing these multi-rig lures with swim baits, and they just excel when the water gets cold. They look like a small ball of shad swimming along on a point or brush pile. And that's what guys like doing when the water temperature gets in the 30s. You fish very slow with a suspending bait in these highland reservoirs like Beaver, Washita, 10 Killer, Table Rock, Broken Bow, or you go to a umbrella rig and make it look like a little school of shad.
Clay and I were texting last night about fly fishing, and I said, this is going to be a weekend where it's a lot warmer being in the water, in the 42-degree water on the White River than it would be standing on the bank fishing.
Well, and when you're spin fishing, you're throwing that Rogue right now, and this weekend you're going to be getting your rod tips freezing, your line's going to be freezing, you're going to dip it in that 35-degree water to warm it up, and then you'll make a few more casts and repeat because it'll freeze up. But some of those days when it's real cold and you're the only person out there, some of those days, that's when you catch the big one.
That's when you catch the big one, no one else around you. Well, you can find any of the great Pradco brands made right here in Arkansas, as Bruce was telling you. Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy. Go to lurenet.com and you can see a full line of what you guys got going on at Pradco.
You can at lurenet.com. We even have the custom paint shop. It's things you can only get on LureNet that you can't buy anywhere else. So if you're looking for some cool colors and rogues or bandit crankbaits or heading topwaters, you can go to lurenet.com and find some cool stuff.
And also at your local tackle stores all over the place. A lot of those stuff there as well. Great seeing you. We'll talk next Tuesday.
Good to talk to y'all.
All right, Bruce Stanton with us here from Pradco, joins us on Tuesdays here on the Morning Rush. We're talking some fishing, so why not tell you about Gaston's while we're at it. Valentine's weekend coming up. You might want to get some of these great lures and some great things to think about to be on the Mighty White River. That Smithwick original suspending rattling rogue would work perfect on the Mighty White River, right, for this weekend?
Right now, jerk it, twitch it, get it in there.
Yeah, get there, and you can go over there and enjoy that on the White River this weekend. It's Valentine's Day, so make your dinner reservations if you just have time to go for dinner, or you might want to call and make a weekend reservation and spend the weekend. One of their cabins with a beautiful fireplace would be perfect for this weekend. You can watch basketball on the TV this weekend and really sit back and relax, build one of those roaring fires and look at the beautiful White River. Get out and do some fishing after daylight when it's a little bit warmer on the White River. 870-431-5202 to head to Gaston's for Valentine's Day weekend. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
This is Toyota Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Get by your local Toyota dealer for a test drive today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, I'm Bill Bolton of NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins. I started in this business in 1972 at an auction house that specialized in antique and estate jewelry, sterling silver, and coins. In that time, I've seen gold go from $35 an ounce to today's price of $1,683. I want to talk to you about the coins you may have inherited and how important it is to deal with someone who understands coins and this market. In 2011, we had a mother and daughter come into our store and sell us a lot of jewelry they no longer wore for $3,300. The daughter then pulled out an 1850 California $10 gold piece. Jeremy offered her $900 and she accepted his offer. He then advised her to have this coin graded. She did, and she sold it for $36,000. If you don't know what you have, please come see Jeremy in our Bentonville store. Don't sell it in an auction or an estate sale and get less money. What's in your safety deposit box could be worth thousands. NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins, Bentonville, Fayetteville.
At any of the Clay Maxey companies, it's just an easy, customer-centered experience. We wanted to make it a one-stop shop, so we added Kawasaki and Can-Am and Hustler and Worldline. It's really been a nice add for us. We provide full service. We're doing pickup and delivery. We were able to add the Vexus line, which is a premier bass boat line. We want to make it easy. We want you to visit us at any of the Clay Maxey companies. Clay Maxey Ford and Harrison, Berryville, Motorsports, Marine, or Clay Maxey NWA.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Are you concerned about possible COVID exposure for you or your employees? Fort Smith has a new option for PCR COVID testing that is fast and accurate. Natural State Laboratories out of Little Rock has opened a PCR COVID drive-thru location in Fort Smith at Community Bible Church. PCR testing is the most sensitive, accurate test available, and results are available the next day. No appointment is necessary. Convenient COVID PCR drive-thru testing in Fort Smith is open 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday at Community Bible Church, located at 9201 Dallas Street.
Divorce is never easy. Many times problems continue to arise long after the divorce is over. If you're dealing with a high conflict custody or visitation issue, you need an attorney that handles those specific type of cases. Call the attorneys at Kevin Hickey Law Partners for immediate assistance with your situation. Kevin Hickey Law Partners, able to handle high conflict custody cases all over the state of Arkansas and other states. Check out kevinhickeylaw.com or call 479-434-2414 in Fort Smith and 479-802-6560 in Northwest Arkansas.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Gelco for hard work and the great outdoors.
With quality and price and comfort you like, and
savings that you're looking for.
We've got the shoes and boots, steel toes too, outerwear and a whole lot more.
Head to toe, it's gotta be Gelco.
For hard work and the great outdoors.
A chicken wing is just a flavor missile covered in awesomeness. And at Buffalo Wild Wings, we're locked and loaded with 26 sauces and seasonings aimed right at your face. So whether you're gearing up for the sweet tang of honey barbecue, Magma Hot Blazing Carolina Reaper, or new zesty lemon pepper sauce, get ready, because your mouth's in the blast zone. 26 sauces and seasonings at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Hi folks, Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources, and I want to help you get a great deal on a great car. So I'm making it easy with prices up to $3,113 below retail on the best selection of Rath road-ready vehicles we've had in months. These are late-model, low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs that have been hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. You just can't buy a better pre-owned vehicle. And right now, you can save with prices up to $3,113 below retail. If you're waiting on your tax refund, my TaxMax program can help with that by getting you access to your money now. Worried about your credit? Don't be. My For the People credit approval process can get you approved and driving your nicer, newer car today. If you're not in the market right now, let us take care of the car you have in our Meineke Car Care Center, the home of half-off brakes and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. Don't wait. Get the nicer, newer car you want today and save up to $3,113 at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Dillard, running jumper, good! Wow! Roy left. And he has broken the SEC record.
Bye-bye, Chris Jackson.
I'm going to try this call-in number.
Call or text the Morning Rush at 877-377-6963.
My first official call-in.
Welcome back into the Morning Rush. Great conversation with Bruce Stan talking about some past games with Arkansas, talking about the game tonight. We'll unpack a little more because I want to talk about there's a 95 SEC championship game. And that was the game Arkansas's number 5 in the country, Kentucky's number 3. Mm-hmm. The Hogs fall 2 points in overtime, and it's what I've been told is the best Arkansas-Kentucky matchup ever. I want to discuss that a little more coming up.
Yeah, first time they met in Atlanta. We were talking about the weather earlier, and it's going to be cold this weekend. Sure hope the racing doesn't get postponed at Oaklawn, but if it's going to be a little colder than you'd like to get out or you don't have a reservation to get into Oaklawn this weekend, get the Oaklawn Anywhere app. You can get it in the Apple App Store and download it for free. Right now, if you use the code RUSH21 and the promo code, when you can put that in, RUSH21 all together, get a $150 sign-up bonus. Big weekend of racing coming up, featuring on Monday for President's Day, the $750,000 Southwest Stakes, a huge prep race for the Kentucky Derby. For 3-year-olds going a mile and a 16th. They got the Dixie Belle Stakes, the Razorback Handicap. Hey, you can watch and wager on all of it from the comfort of your home or office or wherever you're at on your smartphone, tablet, or computer with the Oaklawn Anywhere app. And again, if you haven't signed up yet, do it now in the Apple App Store. Download the app, put in that code RUSH21, and get your $150 sign-up bonus. Plus, you get handicapping help, past performances, tons of free extras just by having that app. That's promo code RUSH21, $150 sign-up bonus. Go to oaklawnanywhere.com for details and download the Oaklawn Anywhere app in the Apple App Store.
We will talk about that coming up here in about 15 minutes, that legendary game in 1995. And again, we'll talk more Arkansas-Kentucky basketball. But I want to spend some time here on Razorback football. I found this interesting when the Razorback football social media account put out that Jalen Catalon had the best percentage industry growth on Instagram of any player in college football. And some of you don't know what Instagram is. That's fine. But what we are trending towards in college football is the name and likeness, promoting yourself. That's in the tunnel. That's right around the corner. Texas, and I know everyone hates the University of Texas on this program, which is fine. You're not going to get any backlash from me on that. But they have done a really good job. Chris DeLaConte, their athletic director in their department, has already come up with a huge portion to get their athletic department ready for that. And I know, Clay, I mean, you're highly sourced on anything that happens at Arkansas, and I know Hunter spoke to this last week. They haven't hired, and I'm forgetting the term, they haven't hired that position yet.
Yeah, for name, image, and likeness.
They haven't hired that, have they, man?
No, but that's something that John Fagg's been working on, and he and I have talked several times about this, and they're ready. I mean, they know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I know John's been on a lot of committees at the NCAA level to understand this, and so it's not like they're sitting still. And as far as how they're going to structure their department, I'm sure there's going to be some changes made. But it's going to be an interesting time, and you either take advantage of it or somebody else beats you to the punch.
And the question I have, and if I imply that they have just been sitting around with their what in your hands, that's not what my intentions. But what I am saying is whoever they end up hiring that position and however this plays out, does Arkansas have an advantage with being the singular source of sports in the state? No professionals. And there's the Los Angeles, there's the television network that Alabama football brings in. If we're talking about Arkansas football, basketball, baseball is the only sport right now that has a national brand. Basketball was 20 years ago. Football was 30, 40 years ago. Is Arkansas behind the 8 ball right now when it comes to what's coming down the pipe with this name and likeness stuff?
I don't know that they're behind any more than anybody else is. I think I think every single school is trying to figure out exactly how it's going to work out and how they're going to be able to take advantage of it and how the rules. And I think that the rules are not set yet, Ty. I mean, I think we're waiting to see how it's going to play out.
Yeah.
And how so to say you're behind the 8 ball, nobody knows.
Yeah.
Nobody understands exactly what the amount of money that's going to be in play here. Is it going to be different from one school to the next, or is there going to be caps put on it? And but I know that John Fagg, they've been studying this and they're on top of it, and they know they've known for about 10 years that this was coming. So it's not like this is going to be a surprise and they're not behind anybody else as far as their planning goes.
So correct me if I get off track here, but some states have passed their own legislation. They're trying to let the NCAA pass its own rules and the way of going about this before the federal government passes some kind of sweeping legislation on name, image, likeness. That's pretty much what we're waiting on, is the governing body to set the parameters, the guidelines, so that Florida doesn't have one set of rules for its state where California has another set, and I believe California was the first to enact, but it doesn't go into effect for several years. They're hoping the NCAA can get together and get its act together so that really you can keep state and federal governments out of this. Is that pretty much the correct way of stating that, Clay?
Yeah, I think what's happening is they're trying to see what is agreeable to Congress so that they don't lose their antitrust exemptions. And that's the killer. If they lose their antitrust exemptions, then everything's going to change. And this could be something that eventually some schools decide that they cannot keep up, and that that there's 2 organizations. It could be that you have the NCAA, and then you could have a group that's, say, you call it the Power 5, that they do things completely different, and that they're much more aggressive in the license. Yeah. And then you've got and things will never be the same.
Right.
I would not be surprised if that's where we're headed.
Which needs to happen, particularly for football, because the Power 5 in those top 60, 8 schools, 65, whatever it is, the money they operate on versus the group of 5 it's a different world. And at some point, I think that's exactly where we're going is those Power 5 conferences will operate under a different set of rules or a different division, or will break off in some way, great or small, from the rest of college football.
Yeah, this is one of the things that could be really interesting. We've had the great breakthrough in some people's eyes that Arkansas and Arkansas State are going to play, and it could be a year from now we're looking and they're not even in the same organizations.
Yeah, so it would be interesting to see what's coming, but we know that sweeping changes are coming when it comes to name, image, and likeness. Hey, coming up tomorrow morning here on the Morning Rush in the 7 a.m. hour, Brett Good's going to join us. Former Razorback, Super Bowl champion with the Green Bay Packers. We'll get his thoughts on the Super Bowl, and also haven't talked to him since his good friend Aaron Rodgers was named the MVP of the league, so we'll get some thoughts on him. He's part of the winning team at Henderson Phillips Employer Solutions. He'll be with us at 7:15 tomorrow morning. Hey, if you need employee benefits, health insurance, staffing management solutions, commercial or personal insurance, he can handle all of that for you. Call Brett directly or text him, 479-651-2292. That's 651-2292 for Brett Good.
He's also engaged. Rogers is.
Yes, I saw that too, yes. Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunity, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
So, you upgraded to the elevated ride of the 2021 Toyota Highlander.
New Highlander, Mr. D?
Yeah, figured it was time for something nicer, more refined.
Look at this thing. I mean, that moonroof is pretty sweet.
It's extremely stylish.
That's not all. As you can see, it has leather seats, dual-zone climate control,
and comes with all the latest tech.
And Android Auto. Check out this 12.3-inch touchscreen. Great for navigation, hands-free communication, music.
Awesome.
The Highlander also has loads of space and even a third-row seat.
Did I see 5 USB ports?
You sure did, buddy.
Perfect place for your daughter's new boyfriend.
This is so embarrassing.
Elevate every ride in the new 2021 Highlander.
Get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a new 2021 Highlander L for only $279 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and 3/1/21.
RV Show pricing is arriving early at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV wants to invite you to skip the lines and the crowds this year and shop the industry's best brands at Northwest Arkansas's premier RV dealer. And with a lifetime warranty, RV storage, and a mobile service shuttle, owning a new RV has never been easier. RV Show pricing beginning now at Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV. Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Fitness will always be about keeping a routine. And the best routines in life will always make time for enjoying yourself. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told ya.
Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beers, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Do you have sleep apnea? Are you tired of dealing with a CPAP every night? The noise, the constant cleaning. Your wife telling you she can't take the noise anymore. Dr. Bo Sparkman at Family Dental Care of Fort Smith can help you with sleep apnea with a custom dental appliance that allows you to get rid of that annoying CPAP. Dr. Sparkman has years of experience and has treated hundreds of patients just like you. Call for your appointment today, 785-1419. That's 785-1419. Get rid of your CPAP with Family Dental Care of Fort Smith.
Do you need help with your next project? Metters Lumber True Value is here to help. A family-owned business since 1936, the staff has more than 90 years of experience in construction and the hardware business. If they don't have what you need, they know how to get it, and they are more than happy to accommodate your special order. So whether it's building a new deck, a paint project around the house, or needing a new set of tools, Metters Lumber True Value has everything you need. With locations in Alma, Ozark, and Clarksville, and you can shop online at metterslumber.com. Metters Lumber True Value.
Are you looking for a new place to call home? Whether you're looking for an apartment, duplex, townhome, or a house, Trinity Multifamily has you covered. They even have options in surrounding states, from Texas to Michigan and Kansas to Tennessee. If you're looking for a new place to call home, make Trinity Multifamily your first call at 479-452-1817. That's 479-452-1817. Or online at trinitymultifamily.com to search rental properties near you.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
Have you ever been to River City Bistro for a brunch on the weekends? Every Saturday and Sunday, River City is open at 10 a.m. with a special brunch menu. Eggs and omelets any way you like. Premium bacon, sausage and ham, waffles, eggs Benedict, and a great drink menu featuring mimosas, Bloody Marys, and all your brunch favorites. We will see you for brunch every Saturday and Sunday starting at 10 a.m. at River City Bistro, 7320 Rogers Avenue in the Stonewood Village Shopping Center.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Slippery roads remain a main concern across the north today with light freezing drizzle and light freezing rain providing a light coating of ice. It's going to be hazardous out on the roads. Our high today, low 30s north, much warmer across the south in the upper 40s. We'll see a wintry mix again across the north tonight. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
Hey, this is Ty Richardson. Make sure to listen to the Morning Rush every weekday morning from 6 to 9 on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
You're listening to the Morning Rush live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3 KERX Paris Fort Smith. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
Pitino suffers his first home SEC loss in his 3 years at Kentucky. The final score, Arkansas 105 and Kentucky 88.
Hey, this is Darren McFadden. You're listening to the Morning Rush.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
You're causing a major disturbance on my time.
If I'm here and you're here, doesn't that make it our time?
On your favorite Arkansas sports talk station. Streaming live from
HitThatLine.com.
There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one razorback. Number one.
This is the Morning Rush.
Borderline erotic.
With Ty Richardson.
Okay. That's cool. I can dig it.
And Tommy Kraft.
Do I look happy? What's wrong? Lloyd!
The Morning Rush starts right now.
We'll talk some Arkansas, Kentucky basketball tonight. Coming up 5:30 begins your pregame coverage here on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. Game tips off at 6. Also want to discuss some of the better games in Arkansas and Kentucky basketball history. I know many of you will remember some of the battles that Nolan Richardson and Rick Pitino went through in the 90s. It's also National Pizza Day. We'll get into that conversation as well. And there's some other headlines I want to get to, including the whereabouts of the Super Bowl streaker and the coin that he pocketed over the weekend.
He had a pocket? I didn't know he had a pocket.
There's that hole in the back of his rectum. I think that's where he put it.
Okay, that's one way to describe it. Hey, do you need a COVID-19 test? Natural State Laboratories has got you covered with a new drive-through testing location. They have several around the state, Central Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas, now in the River Valley and Fort Smith. Natural State Laboratories provides PCR testing. That's the most sensitive, accurate test available. Natural State Labs has their own labs that they turn these tests around and get you the result the next day. All you need to bring is your driver's license and your insurance card. The testing is free to you, no out of pocket expense to you. So it's either covered by your insurance or through the CARES Act. So you don't need an appointment, you don't need a doctor's order to get tested. If you've been exposed, you have symptoms, or you just simply want the peace of mind that you're not positive, come get a test with Natural State Laboratories. All right, they're testing today from 8 to 1. They test every Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Community Bible Church at 9201 Dallas Street in Fort Smith. And again, as I mentioned, they have their own labs, so the results are back and made available to you the next day. So you test today on Tuesday, results are sent to you, and you have them on Wednesday. Natural State Laboratories. They have healthcare providers available and ready to help you with COVID testing.
Was telling you a little while ago that a Kentucky graduate, his name's Bryce Atkinson, he does sports radio in South Carolina. He told me the best basketball game he's ever seen in person was in Atlanta, 1995, between the Arkansas Razorbacks and the Kentucky Wildcats. The Hogs were number 5. Kentucky was number 3. Now, we know that Arkansas went to the national championship that year, and they fell to UCLA and the O'Bannon brothers, but that game itself was unbelievable. Arkansas lost by 2 in overtime. Clay, were you in attendance for that game? And if you weren't, what do you remember about that basketball game?
First of all, it was, if you're a Kentucky fan, then you say that's the best because they won. I wouldn't say that because Arkansas lost. I would go to the 94 game when Arkansas was 3, Kentucky was 4. It was at Rupp. Arkansas won 90-82. And that game, to me, was because it was at Rupp and was not a neutral site game, and you won on their home floor. To me, that was a significant victory because of the way the teams were ranked. Mm-hmm. And then you got the first one that was in the SEC, and it was January 25th, 92. Arkansas won 105-88 in Rupp and just toyed with them. So to me, those are the greatest. And if you're looking at it from the Kentucky perspective, then you might say a game they won is the greatest. So there was a give and take to all 3 of those games. And the fact that it went to overtime, and there were several significant plays down the stretch that were interesting and entertaining. But it's the thing that soured that game for me was the officiating was just lopsided. And Kentucky got every call, and it was one of those deals where you just, when it was all over, you were wondering, okay, is the SEC for us? Because Kentucky got the breaks in that game.
You look at that stretch from 92 to that game in 95 that went to overtime that Ty's referencing. 7 times Arkansas and Kentucky played. Every time the 2 programs met, both teams were ranked. I just think about that. I mean, you look at it. Some of these were the one there you were talking about in Atlanta, the first tournament championship game in Atlanta between these 2. Number 3 versus number 5. Number 5 versus number 9. Arkansas was number 1 in 94. Kentucky was number 10. Number 3 versus number 4. I mean, these weren't like they were ranked in the 20s playing each other. They were high-quality teams. Was this the best era, those 3 years of SEC basketball for the conference since Arkansas has been in it? Because I don't think there's ever been 2 teams that consistent over multiple seasons that have been able to match up with each other. You can say Florida maybe, but and maybe I'm forgetting some stretches, but that Arkansas-Kentucky series, those 7 games, those 3 years, that's a pretty hard series of games to beat when you look at two programs.
Because who was the coach when Florida won those national championships in 06, 07? I'm not talking about Billy Donovan at Florida. Was Tubby Smith? Was that Gillespie for Kentucky in 06, 07?
Tubby, I believe. So I'd have to look that up, but I mean, I'm just looking at it from the perspective of I don't think this league's had that. I know Florida won the back-to-back titles, but I just don't think there's been this kind of back and forth, Goliath and Goliath. There's no David and Goliath. This is Goliath and Goliath here, and that's what this league needs, and it hasn't had it consistently, Clay.
Yeah, Arkansas won 4 out of 6 from 92 through a home win in 95 ahead of going to the SEC tournament.
Yeah. Of those 7 games, they won the 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they won 4 out of 6. And then they lost a game outside of that, but they won 4 out of 6 in that stretch. And it's and you look and they scored 105, 101, 92, 90, 98. Yeah. Let's see, they scored over 100, won 2, and scored over 90 in the other 2 victories.
Yeah,
so I mean, it's like they were playing. First of all, they were playing wonderful basketball. Exciting basketball, entertaining, and they were winning. They were, and they lifted Kentucky to a different level without question. Kentucky wasn't playing that style. Pitino adopted or adapted to what Nolan was doing. They had not tried to play that way, and certainly they were copying and trying to do the same things.
Yeah, Arkansas plays them January 25th, 92. That may have been a Super Bowl Sunday. I'd have to go back and look on what day of the week, the 25th of January it was in 92. First time they played number 9 Arkansas, number 8 Kentucky. Arkansas wins 105-88 that first meeting in the SEC. Next year, number 14 Arkansas, number 2 Kentucky, 101-94. Those had to be rude awakenings for Kentucky fans to see this Arkansas team, not ranked as high as them, but score over 100 points in both of those first 2 meetings you're talking about, Clay.
Yeah, and Mayberry, like I said, just that first one in Rupp, they scored 105. He toyed with them. I mean, it was really incredible, offensively and defensively. Now, there are other players that performed great too. Oliver Miller was dominant. I mean, but Mayberry was, that was the game. And I can remember afterwards, and that was the night that we had dinner with Pitino. And he goes, Lee Mayberry just made a lot of money. And he named off the NBA teams that had scouts at that game, and he says he will play in the NBA, and he did.
I wonder with this game, and I tried to get Matt Jones, who's basically the head honcho of Kentucky Sports Radio, to come on this morning. He's scared because the team sucks right now, and he doesn't want to come on. But he made a statement on Bo's show a few years back, and unfortunately it's true. Like he said, Georgetown was the team in the 90s. Arkansas, those teams together, have fallen farther than any other college basketball program relative to where they were. And you hate hearing that statement, but guys, you just listed off how many times those teams were ranked. Kentucky's held up there in the bargain. I know you hate Cal, and I know that Kentucky sucks and all that crap. At the end of the day, Arkansas basketball has not held up its end of the bargain, being a prestigious team in the Southeastern Conference. Now, you got all the way to the 2015 SEC Championship. You were number 2 that year. You got creamed by Kentucky in that game. You got to the SEC Championship again. Lost to De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk in that game. Outside of those 2 years, you really haven't come close to competing with Kentucky at all. I know you beat them in 2014, both those games in Rupp and in Bud Walton Arena. I know you beat them in 2011, but it's been a long time coming since you've been able to stay toe-to-toe with the Kentucky Wildcats. And this game tonight, you are the better basketball team. You haven't been able to say that in, 20-some-odd years?
Well, let me give you, to your point of not holding the 41 matchups between Arkansas and Kentucky, counting tonight's game, all right? From 1992 through tonight, there's been 41 meetings. Only 7 times in the 41 has Kentucky not been ranked, okay? So of the 41 times Kentucky's been has been a ranked team in the series, only 7 times have they not had a ranking by them. Of the 41 games, Arkansas has been ranked 12 times. So, to your point, Arkansas has not been the program, and they've been through stretches. They've been, not that Kentucky hadn't been through coaches, but Arkansas hasn't found the right coach like they found with Calipari, who's been the right fit for them. No question about it. So,
21 times in the top 10, not just ranked,
right,
but in the top 10.
Right.
Jeez.
So,
21 times in the top 10.
Clay, let me ask you something. Let's go back to, is it 03 or 04?
34-41 they've been ranked.
when the whole thing went down with Nolan, he said they can pay me my money now, and Frank elected to make that decision. Was Arkansas, like, you always hear these rumors, oh, Bill Self wanted the job, he wanted the job, he wanted the job. Was that actually a realistic, I mean, you're the insider here, was that actually something realistic that could have happened if Arkansas wanted to hire Bill Self? And if that would have happened, what would the program you think look like today?
And by the way, Arkansas has only been ranked twice in this series since Nolan left the program.
Ugh. That's
10 of those 12 rankings for Arkansas were 99 or prior.
Because you missed on Stan, you missed on Pelfrey. Mike, he just had unrealistic expectations because people just associated with Nolan. That's what it comes down to.
But he steadied the program.
Yeah. Muss would not be here without Mike Anderson. You can't debate me on that. Clay, what would this program look like if actually Self had taken over in Fayetteville?
Okay, first of all, to answer your question is yes. But he would have had to have done it without doing an interview. In other words, he was not coming to Fayetteville and risking his job by getting turned down.
Mm-hmm.
He would have had to have been given the job without an interview, which that wasn't going to happen. They were going to do the interview, and that John White was he was involved and wanted to sit and talk and do all those kind of things. So Bill was not going to do that. I know Bill dating back to his days as point guard in college, covered him as a college
Oklahoma
player.
State, yeah.
Yeah, played golf with him when he was at ORU. We'd play out at La Fortune once a week. And he told me he's always thought that the Arkansas job, it was fascinating. He was probably never in position to go back to either Oklahoma or Oklahoma State, because Eddie Sutton was coaching, so that wasn't going to work out. That's his alma mater, and this was going to be the closest place for his wife to be near home. And he was interested. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
And I think he thought it was someplace that he could win at, and that would have the state to himself.
Yeah. So and you look at the
and where would they be? He's a terrific coach. It would not have. I mean, he could have done the same things at Arkansas that he's done at Kansas. There's not any doubt in my mind.
Because they won.
Good coaches win.
They won every single Big 12 conference championships. The last one was due at Eddie Sutton, Tony Allen and company did from like in 03 or 04. And Kansas won every single one to like 2 years ago when Chris Beard and Texas Tech won. It's like 15.
Now, having said all that, you might be in a mess right now.
Yeah.
Because they're
Kansas is in a mess.
He may have a show cause penalty here shortly.
Yeah.
So what
but Clay, Jeff Long said they've done nothing wrong. But that's what Jeff Long said. They've done nothing wrong.
Arkansas fans would trade.
I never believe anything Jeff Long says. I never have, never will.
Arkansas
so
fans.
Just take that for what it's worth.
Oh,
yep.
okay.
He tells you what he wants you to hear. Yep.
Yeah. Brought to you by NWA Gold and Silver, Bentonville, Fayetteville, and in Fort Smith. I just thought I'd get your reaction to that. NWA Gold and Silver, Bentonville, Fayetteville, and in Fort Smith. Gold, silver coins. Well, don't be so animated the next time.
It was a golden question and a golden answer.
There you go.
Your gold and silver.
Gold and silver coins, earrings, diamond necklaces, any of that gold jewelry you're not wearing any longer. Bring it to NWA Gold and Silver and let them turn it into cash for you. I don't know if you've paid attention to the market or the price of gold or the price of silver. Silver's on a quick rise right now. Gold's at all-time highs. So those things you have in a safety deposit box and a gun safe could be worth more than they've ever been worth before. So turn them into cash today. Where do you go? NWA Gold and Silver, 1130 North Walton in Bentonville, Nelson's Crossing by Jason's Deli in Fayetteville. And for our listeners in the River Valley, hey, head on over to NWA Gold and Silver on Rogers Avenue, just west of Central Mall, and get your cash today. That's NWA Gold and Silver, Bentonville, Fayetteville, and in Fort Smith, the people that pay the most.
You look at the SEC standings right now, Alabama is clearly at the top. They did fall to the Missouri Tigers this weekend. That was a great game if you got a chance to watch it. They're sitting at 10-1. Missouri is sitting at 6-3, and then 4 teams sit at 6-4, including the Arkansas Razorbacks. Tennessee, who you lost to, Florida, who you've yet to play, and then LSU, who you got clobbered by. this is a pivotal game for Arkansas tonight because as we get closer and closer to March, the weekend of the 13th is the SEC tournament in Nashville. And Arkansas, y'all, still has a chance to earn a double bye for that tournament. And that is a huge part. I forget the statistics. I know we went over this last year. The majority of the SEC tournament winners, I know Arkansas was not one of these when they did in, 2000?
Mm-hmm.
They typically, you get that double bye. And I know it hasn't always been 14 teams in the SEC, but a lot of times these tournament winners, the majority of the time, they have that double bye, and they have one less game that they have to play.
Yeah,
and that's what helps when you think about the tiredness of playing games back to back to back to back.
Agree with you, but the other thing, when you're in that double bye, you're one of the top 4 teams, I think the committee's probably going to select you, and you're already in, regardless of what happens the rest of the way in Nashville or wherever it's at that year. Most years it is Nashville. If you have earned one of the top 4 spots in the SEC, you're probably a tournament team already.
That's a good point.
And that's one of the keys to me of getting in that position. I think the committee's going to put a check mark next to your name, and you're on a line somewhere. And you might slightly adjust your seating based on what you do at that point.
Now, Clay, I asked Tommy
this
earlier.
This isn't a quadrant 1 game. This isn't a game that you mark and has special significance to the selection committee. It's still a road victory at Kentucky, and it is a significant game. It is not vintage Kentucky. But it's just like a couple of years ago when University of Texas brought their baseball team to Baum. It wasn't a great Texas team.
Doesn't matter.
But you beat them too, and you celebrated it.
It was Texas.
You go to the Houston
Kentucky
Bowl
now.
or the Texas Bowl, whatever you want to call it. You beat them 31-6. And everybody in this state knew you beat Texas. Yeah. You win tonight. It is a feather in Eric Musselman's cap.
Absolutely.
And you celebrate it. And I don't care. I don't care what Kentucky's record. You beat them when you get a chance, and you celebrate it.
And it actually will hurt a little worse if you lose because you lost to a bad Kentucky
team.
No
question.
It's more important to win. At least you can stomach losing to a top 10 Kentucky team. It's hard to stomach losing to a team that's won 5 games this year that's a Kentucky team.
And their net ranking, you
80.
read this, the
80.
Arkansas's
29.
It's not going to help you in
Kentucky's
any way
80.
with your rankings or anything else.
It can only hurt you.
It can only hurt you. But it is a game that you dearly want to win because you look at that series record against Kentucky. It's a check in the right column, and it's there's 11 times Arkansas's beaten Kentucky. Every one of them are special. Every one of them are meaningful for different reasons. But so you go 3 games above 500 in the SEC standings. It is huge.
Hey, if you're trying to lose weight here in 2021 or just eat healthier, one of the hard parts about it is meal prep. And we're glad to have the folks at Clean Cooking be part of the Morning Rush with us. They serve the River Valley, Northwest Arkansas, in our state with the best meal prep. Stuart Rowland's the owner, and he started Clean Cooking in 2016. I see the guys here in the office going to Clean Cooking all the time. I see Smackdown chowing down on brisket and grilled chicken, vegetables,
brisket, pork, everything.
I see Ty, saying he's built different, eating one of their fuel meals all the time. He's throwing those in the microwave. So you can check out their full menu. These things look delicious. They smell delicious.
And they taste delicious, too. They're incredible.
Delicious. So if you're needing help with meal prep, go to Clean Cooking. Again, fuel meals, and they got great barbecue, too, that go into great brisket, award-winning meats. You can join the Clean Cooking Club for discounts and free meals. Like them on Facebook for weekly updates from Stu and the crew. They have locations in Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Van Buren, Bentonville, Greenwood, and Siloam Springs is opening in March, so there's one near you. So, hey, let's make 2021 a year to remember and not one to forget. At Clean Cooking, eating healthy does not have to be punishment.
All right, coming up in the program, we'll talk a little bit about the streaker at the Super Bowl. A little update on him. He made some money over the weekend. Want to discuss that next.
This is Toyota Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Get by your local Toyota dealer for a test drive today. Toyota, let's go places.
The best deals on hot tubs and endless pools in Fort Smith and Northwest Arkansas is at Burton Pools and Spas. Achieve your health and wellness goals in 2021 with a fantasy spa starting at just $28.95 with 28 selections to choose from. Or the endless pool fitness systems. They give you boundless fitness with swimming year-round. Delivered, installed, and ready to use from Burton Pools and Spas. Burton Pools and Spas in Fort Smith and in Northwest Arkansas. Burton Pools and Spas, your source for backyard fun.
Hi, I'm Bill Bolton of NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins. I started this business in 1972 at an auction house that specialized in antique and estate jewelry, sterling silver, and coins. In that time, I've seen gold go from $35 an ounce to today's price of $1,683. I want to talk to you about the coins you may have inherited and how important it is to deal with someone who understands coins and this market. In 2011, we had a mother and daughter come into our store and sell us a lot of jewelry they no longer wore for $3,300. The daughter then pulled out an 1850 California $10 gold piece. Jeremy offered her $900 and she accepted his offer. He then advised her to have this coin graded. She did, and she sold it for $36,000. If you don't know what you have, please come see Jeremy in our Bentonville store. Don't sell it in an auction or an estate sale and get less money. What's in your safety deposit box could be worth thousands. NWA Gold, Silver, and Coins, Bentonville, Fayetteville.
It is National Pizza Day today, and the only place to satisfy your craving is at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. Their special today only is large pizzas for the medium price. Yes, you heard me right. Large pizzas for the medium price. They're open for lunch now, and they're back open till 2 a.m. on weekends. Dine-in, carry-out, delivery. Give them a call at 479-783-9941. You can check them out online at papaspub.com. 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Arkansas, perhaps the world.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources, and I want to help you get a great deal on a great car. So I'm making it easy with prices up to $3,113 below retail on the best selection of Rath road-ready vehicles we've had in months. These are late-model, low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs that have been hand-picked and inspected in our Meineke Car Care Center. You just can't buy a better pre-owned vehicle. And right now, you can save with prices up to $3,113 below retail. If you're waiting on your tax refund, my TaxMax program can help with that by getting you access to your money now. Worried about your credit? Don't be. My For the People credit approval process can get you approved and driving your nicer, newer car today. If you're not in the market right now, let us take care of the car you have in our Meineke Car Care Center, the home of half-off brakes and buy 3, get 1 free on all tires. Don't wait. Get the nicer, newer car you want today and save up to $3,113 at Arkansas's favorite used car dealer, Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, or online at rathauto.com.
Brr, it's cold, but winter is actually a good time to paint that room you've been meaning to get to. This is Sue from the paint store in Van Buren, and I would love to help you with a great color selection from Richards Paint. Need to do some outdoor painting? The paint store's low-temp application product from Richards is usable down to 35 degrees. Experience our 30-plus years of expert-friendly advice that you can't get at a national brand store. The paint store in Van Buren, 1414 Fayetteville Road.
What's new with the Golf Nut? Paying G425 woods, hybrids, and irons, along with the new Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf balls. Keep your game sharp on the TrackMan and Foresight indoor simulation base. Make sure you call ahead for an appointment. The Golf Nut has a great selection of shoes, apparel, and accessories in stock. Everything you need to complete your game. As always, don't forget to check Facebook for daily specials. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
Fresh means fresh, as in no preservatives. That's right. If it's fresh, it doesn't need to be preserved. Try Jim's 100% premium Wisconsin cheese. Fresh whole milk mozzarella, wood smoked provolone, old world style Romano and Parmesan. The freshest all-you-can-eat salad bar in town. No preservatives and fresh every time. Fresh, fast, Jim's Razorback Pizza. At the corner of Greenwood and Gary in Fort Smith. Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN 95.3. The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Hood with Gibson down there. Roofing! Oh! Raise the roof, Arkansas!
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
So you got an update on the Super Bowl streaker, and this is a wild story that many of you will need to hear. And Tommy has pulled the Ray Stevens. He has it in the B-bar, Tommy, if you want to use that too.
I'm going to use mine.
Okay, on the YouTube. We will talk about that coming up, and I need, I guess, some what's the word? Enlightenment on
Education.
Education.
He doesn't know who Ray Stevens is.
I knew he was a singer.
Oh, you had to look it up.
Didn't know who specific was. We will talk about this conversation coming up, but I do want to tell you about our friends at Razorback Camper Sales. It is spring camping season just around the corner, and they have a huge selection of traveler trailers, fifth wheelers, and pop-ups that can satisfy your camping needs. Plus, they offer full prep and setup at no extra cost. That means you can leave the lot and start camping immediately. You got the best parts and service department in the state of Arkansas. Plus, they are the oldest family-owned RV dealer. Been in business for over 50 years. Hey, it's show season going on right now. Go see them at the Arkansas RV Show in Little Rock, February 12th through the 14th, and the Bowdoin RV Show in Hot Springs, February 26th through the 28th. That is Razorback Camper Sales.
Boogie that, boogie that. Boogie that, boogie that.
Oh, yes, they call him the street. Fastest thing on 2 feet. He's just as proud.
Oh, you want me? What do you want me to say?
Tell your story.
Oh, tell me like while it's going. Okay, so the streaker made a little money thanks to his participation going on the field.
Listen to this, Clay.
This is Clay. This is a guy that he met him at Jay Alexander's restaurant. We're talking about the streaker. He bet $50,000, Clay, on a prop bet that was plus 750 that there'd be a streaker at the Super Bowl. Now, he thought ahead. He had a backup plan. His buddy went out first as a diversion, so he didn't get caught as quickly as his friend. It cost him $1,000 to get out of jail, so he made $374,000 thanks to the streaking escapades that we saw Sunday. $374,000, Clay.
Well, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So, did he really streak? I mean, he had a bodysuit on,
That's
right?
what Tommy asked.
That's why we got
a valid question.
That's why we got Ray Stevens here.
That streaking is nakedness. I mean, I don't think he
not
won
nakedness.
anything.
Nakedness.
I think he's going to be. He is not. There was no nakedness out there, and you got to be. Sans clothes. I mean, you can't go out there in a thong. I mean, that's not streaking. That's being stupid, but it's not streaking.
So does he get the money?
I'll be stunned if he got paid on that bet.
Yeah, I mean, is he getting the money? You know,
is there like a fine print? You can't be the streaker if you bet the money. Does like Bovada, FanDuel, DraftKings, do they all put the very bottom of the page where you don't see it?
I'm gonna take you back to my college days at UCA in about 1974.
Naked Miles?
Isn't that where the streaking was going on? Yep. I'll guarantee you, the guys that went out streaking, I'm not saying I was one, I don't really remember. But if you weren't butt naked, now you could have tennis shoes on, to run fast. But if you had anything more than tennis shoes on, you didn't streak.
Friday, guys, and I didn't bring this up, I should have, was Shower with a Friend Day. I wish I could have been friends or would be friends with Diane Lane on that day. I'm not.
She's a little old for you.
No, she's I like older women. They're right in the wheelhouse.
They don't like you, though.
That's fair. Hot moms love me because of the hair, the kindness, the variety, the kind eyes.
No, they view you as
smile.
harmless.
Yeah. That's if you want to look at it that way, I'll take
it
it as well.
They view you as not a threat.
Yeah, no threat.
Now, Clay, we did talk a little bit yesterday about sports media members that we'd want to see streak at the first football game between Rice and the Razorbacks later this. And your name popped up several times, so I put it to you on a Toyota Tuesday this morning. Are you going to fulfill the wishes of so many Morning Rush listeners and go streaking at the Rice game this year? Because I know you. What do you think? What would your Hogs Illustrated subscribers
I think that'd
want?
make a great cover.
I think it would too. That would be your most.
No, that's not the question.
What's the question?
Now, the question is, what would they think at Waco Media? The president of Waco Media, what would he think? That's the question.
He'd see the bottom
I'd
dollar.
be unemployed.
He'd see the bottom dollar of those.
No, I'd be
copies that
unemployed.
You sell.
Yeah.
You have enough clout.
I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid.
Be flying off the shelf.
I mean, is that Clay? Now I remember. Go ahead.
I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid. I ain't doing that. No.
Tommy's
right.
right.
I'm not doing that.
Tommy's right. It would be. I know you guys sold a lot.
Can you imagine the women lined up for that Hogs Illustrated?
Gene Ann would have to beat them off with a stick.
Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, they'd be showing up at Clay's
house. So you
house.
think there would be? You think I'd be doing a signing out front of Walmart, Fayetteville? That's what I'd be.
It looked like Corliss
signing
after the
those
Final
copies.
Four. Yeah.
Darren McFadden was at Walmart a couple years back signing stuff, and I guarantee you, Clay Henry, if he did the streaking thing, would have more people show up. Facts. It would happen.
Record setting.
And it's just a shame we'll never get to see it. It's a shame that we will not get to see Clay Henry naked on Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium. It's a true shame.
Hey, one place we could set you up for a signing party, Clay, would be at Art's Barbecue and Burgers. We could get you a little table over in the corner. You could get you a burger, maybe a bacon cheeseburger, some baby back ribs. Probably after the cover, the magazine, we might need to get you a salad would be a recommendation from some. But either way, they got it on the menu at Art's, and we get you taken care of. Set you up over in the corner. You could sign those autographs there at Art's Barbecue. Use the drive-up window. You can call ahead. I did that last weekend and called them at 452-2550. They had our order ready to go and pulled right up, paid for it, on my way back to the house to watch the game. Easy to do. So use that, or the Waiter app can bring it to you. Art's Barbecue and Burgers, Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
All right, coming up, it is National Pizza Day. We'll discuss that next on the Morning Rush.
This is Toyota Tuesday on the Morning Rush. Get by your local Toyota dealer for a test drive today. Toyota, let's go places.
So, you upgraded to the elevated ride of the 2021 Toyota Highlander.
New Highlander, Mr. D?
Yeah, figured it was time for something nicer, more refined.
Look at this thing. I mean, that moonroof is pretty sweet.
It's extremely stylish.
That's not all. As you can see, it has leather seats, dual-zone climate control.
And comes with all the latest tech.
And Android Auto. Check out this 12.3-inch touchscreen. Great for navigation, hands-free communication, music.
Awesome.
The Highlander also has loads of space and even a third-row seat.
Did I see 5 USB ports?
You sure did, buddy.
Perfect place for your daughter's new boyfriend.
This is so embarrassing.
Elevate every ride in the new 2021 Highlander.
Get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a new 2021 Highlander L for only $279 a month for 36 months with $29.99 due at signing. Toyota, let's go places. See packages and options at toyota.com for feature availability. Visit buyatoyota.com for details. Offers available in select states and 3/1/21.
Standard Materials Group has immediate openings for ready-mix drivers in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you have a CDL license without an automatic restriction and want to be home every night, want to work with a company that offers great pay, benefits, and a great team environment with growth opportunities, apply today at jobs.crh.com. Again, that's jobs.crh.com. Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
It is National Pizza Day today, and the only place to satisfy your craving is at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. Their special today only is large pizzas for the medium price. Yes, you heard me right. Large pizzas for the medium price. They're open for lunch now, and they're back open till 2 a.m. on weekends. Dine-in, carry-out, delivery. Give them a call at 479-783-9941. You can check them out online at papaspub.com. 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best darn pizza in Arkansas, perhaps the world.
Harry Robinson Buick GMC has over 200 pre-owned vehicles to choose from luxury to economy and everything in between, including over 50 great vehicles with payments under $250 a month, certain to fit your needs and your budget. And at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, you always get more for your trade. 50 vehicles with payments under $250 a month at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Are you concerned about possible COVID exposure for you or your employees? Fort Smith has a new option for PCR COVID testing that is fast and accurate. Natural State Laboratories out of Little Rock has opened a PCR COVID drive-thru location in Fort Smith at Community Bible Church. PCR testing is the most sensitive, accurate test available, and results are available the next day. No appointment is necessary. Convenient COVID PCR drive-thru testing in Fort Smith is open 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday at Community Bible Church, located at 9201 Dallas Street.
There's an old saying, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Hi, this is Scott at Calico County. 2021 is here, and no doubt a lot has changed in the last year. But something that has stayed the same is Calico County's award-winning food. Great portions that are fresh and always cooked from scratch. Something that we have changed is improved curbside service for those of you that don't want to fight the crowds. And of course, we will never change those great cinnamon rolls that everyone loves. So for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or catering, it's Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue, behind Randall Ford.
At Frankrow Furniture for the month of February, Frankrow Furniture is ready to deal on cash or finance sales. Just come on in and tell us you heard this ad on ESPN 95.3 and receive huge discounts. Frankrow Furniture stands behind our furniture with service after the sale and carry as many Made in the USA brands as possible. We are family owned and offer in-store no credit check financing. Frankrow Furniture, 405 4th Street in Barling, Arkansas. Best seats in the house.
They say, trust the process. But if enjoyment isn't part of that process, don't trust the process. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
New Bud Light Seltzer?
Yep.
A hard seltzer with a hint of fruit flavor.
Yep.
Can I try one?
Yep.
That tastes great.
Told ya.
Bud Light Seltzer, unquestionably good. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beers, beer in Texas, St. Louis, Missouri.
Whether it's a game day, a holiday, an office function, or your family lunch or dinner, Whole Hog Cafe in Fort Smith is ready to serve you their award-winning barbecue and sides. Call either of the Whole Hog Fort Smith locations on Burrow Road or Phoenix Avenue, or go online to WholeHogFortSmith.com and check out their buddy packs and party packs. Both Whole Hog locations are open with limited seating until further notice. They're open 11 till 6 Tuesday through Saturday. Experience award-winning barbecue and sides at Whole Hog Cafe today.
Did you know that you can get your car serviced or repaired without ever leaving your house? All you have to do is call Jody's Auto Service Center at 479-649-3399. Jody's will pick up your vehicle, service or repair it for you, and return it fully disinfected to your driveway. Pickup and delivery is free for jobs $75 or more. Jobs less than $75 can be picked up and returned for a $10 fee. Let Jody's Auto Service Centers handle all your service and vehicle repair needs. Call 479-649-3399. Jody's Auto Service Center.
ESPN 95.3.
Good morning to the Morning Rush, everybody.
Note drives baseline, cut off, gets the shot to go anyway and draws the foul. What a move by J.D. Note.
Follow us on Twitter at Ty Sports Radio and at Tommy Craft ESPN.
A lot of good stuff that's going in the Bud Light Seltzer Morning Rush podcast. Make sure you're subscribed on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and wherever you listen to podcasts. By the way, as of today, our podcast network is sponsored by Breen RV, home of free maintenance for life. So make sure you stop on by there as well. Really appreciate Ransom and his group jumping on the #1 sports podcast network in the state of Arkansas. So we're going to have incorporated with our pod today. Had a great conversation, Clay. I've gotten multiple comments from our listeners that really appreciated the time capsule that you pulled out this morning, talk about some of these fantastic Arkansas-Kentucky matchups. That's going to be in there. We talked a little bit about the name and likeness issue that I know a lot of you will want to be discussing this morning. The conversation we just had about streaking, about Clay's unwillingness to go butt naked on Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium. That will be in there if you missed that as well. And what else will be in there, guys, is the conversation on National Pizza Day. So I'd like to ask everyone this morning at 877.
Is this pizza music?
This is the pizzeria. I typed in.
This is pizzeria music.
You know what this actually is? Did your kids play Club
Sounds like Mr. Rogers, something he'd play in Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood or something.
Did your kids play Club Penguin back in the day? That was.
My kids are 9 and 11. I don't think they have a back in the day at this point.
Now. Club Penguin was a virtual game back in the day. It was really popular, and this was the pizza parlor music inside of Club Penguin. So that's the origin of this sound.
Sounds like something that would be in an Italian restaurant with nice tablecloths.
It is National Pizza Day, so again, ask you this morning, what is your favorite pizza topping or combination? And it's brought to you this morning by Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. Today, and today only, on National Pizza Day, they are doing large pizzas for a medium price. Large pizzas, any large pizza there for a medium price at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. They're now back open for lunch. They've started doing that since the COVID stuff's going on, so make sure you stop on by for great slice deals. You can always look at those deals on Facebook. And as of this past week, they're now open till 2 a.m. again on weekends. It's a great place if you're going to watch the game tonight between Arkansas and Kentucky. Great place to watch the game, have a cold brew, have some great pizza on National Pizza Day. Dine in, carry out, delivery on Waiter. You can check out the menu at papaspub.com. Again, papaspub.com, or give Brian and his crew a call at 479-783-9941. That's 479-783-9941. It's 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, the best armed pizza in Arkansas and perhaps the world. Clay, you've yet to jump in on the pizza conversation this morning. What is your favorite pizza combination out there?
Well, you told me I can't say where I would. I'm not supposed to say that my favorite place is at Nema's or Hunt's Pizza at the Wise store, so I will not say that. I definitely love
Nema's is good.
Sausage or some form of meat pizza. Like Meat Lover's Pizza. Sausage or pepperoni or just sausage. And my wife would like it to be half of something else, like a spinach, vegetable, tomato, that kind of deal. So, we sometimes compromise and get a large pizza and it's half and half, and then I've got something for lunch the next day. But I guarantee you that, there are a lot of places that can make me happy with a thin crust pizza with sausage and extra cheese.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to roll through some of these pizza combinations and toppings. Y'all give me a yay or nay. I have a buddy, you know about the fantasy football bet. He's going to have to eat 75 hot dogs. One of the ways he's going to...
Who lost? Who was the
loser? A kid named Ryan Bernard. He lives in Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh.
You think it's cold down in Arkansas this week.
Yeah.
He sends us the temps of Madison about every month. It's frigid up there. Yeah. He's thinking about doing a chili dog pizza. What are our thoughts on a chili dog pizza on National Pizza Day?
That'd be great.
I'd try that.
That'd be great.
I like chili dogs. I like pizza. I can't imagine that combination wouldn't be good.
Are you guys olives fans? I'm not an olives fan on pizza or in general.
I love olives. Can eat them by the handful, the black olives, the green ones. My wife and my kids hate them.
Do they?
Same thing here. Yep.
Not a fan.
Jean she does not want black olives on her pizzas.
So I can eat all the olives.
She wants a veggie pizza, hold the olives and the onions.
Yeah.
Where do we stand on a Hawaiian pizza? This is maybe the most controversial pizza topic out there. I enjoy Hawaiian pizza, but some people don't.
I mean, if it's on the buffet, I might have a slice. I don't think I've ever ordered a Hawaiian pizza. But I like pineapple and I like ham.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what ends up happening is you get that pizza and you pick the pineapple off because that by itself the pineapple is good, but with the dough and other things, it's not. Yeah.
Grilled pineapple pizza is phenomenal.
Really good.
Y'all are going to have to explain this for me. Clay, this is kind of over in your neck of the woods. Brad in Salesville, morels. Can someone tell me what morels are?
Yeah, that's mushrooms.
Yeah. Okay.
Morel mushrooms.
Morel
mushrooms. That'd be fine.
Okay.
You'd like it. I mean, if you like mushrooms, it'd be just little sliced up
Surprised you don't know. I
morels.
thought me and Clay kind of had you pegged as someone that went out in the woods looking for mushrooms.
There was
Never done mushrooms before. Done other stuff. Never done mushrooms.
I was fishing not too long ago at Bull Shoals Dam, and I heard somebody up in the bushes, and all at once this guy popped out. And he's got like a little Walmart sack. It's like, what are you doing? He said, I'm picking mushrooms.
But you got to know which ones to look for because some of them are poisonous.
He obviously knew what he was doing.
Right. I mean, but I would. But some people, I mean, you get the wrong one, they can be poisonous and make you really sick. And then some of them are. Some of those, if you find the right ones, and I think the really expensive ones are the truffles, but you go and dig those out, and that's not really a mushroom, but you can get a pretty good price for some of those.
Aren't the good ones chemically enhanced?
Well, or they chemically enhance you. Let's put it that way.
It's a way to put it. You're supposed to take a few of those, go out to Joshua Tree in the western part of the United States. What I've been told. Never been out there.
Sounds like you know a lot about it.
Brad Mountain Home says banana peppers are a must on pizza.
I like banana peppers on a pizza.
Do you like
They're pretty bland. I mean, if you're going to put peppers on a pizza, I would put something else besides banana. Banana peppers is just kind of like, just bell peppers that are yellow.
I really like them on a sandwich.
Okay. Do you like the pepperoncinis that sometimes comes with pizza on the side?
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
Not really?
I do.
What about this one? This comes from Mike in Jonesboro. Honey mustard chicken pizza. Now, I've had it before.
Not had it.
Clay, have you had that combination before?
No, I mean, I like those ingredients, but I'm not sure I want it on a pizza.
Okay.
But I bet it's good. I mean, I might like it, but that's not where I'd go. I'm kind of do the same thing, broken record. I fish the same flies. I eat the same thing. It's like every once in a while I'll be somewhere and somebody orders up, like a number 6, something, and I was like, huh? And it's, a perfect combination. It comes out, and they say, just let me order this for you. Don't pay attention to it.
Wild and crazy.
Just eat it.
Yeah.
And it'll turn out, I would never have put those combination of foods together, and they're fantastic. So I'm not going to ever say something is not good, but it's probably something I wouldn't do.
Okay. So you mean kind of a wild and crazy. I haven't had this. Papa's is known for when Arkansas plays Florida, bringing back an alligator pizza. Does that sound like something, Clay, you'd be interested in?
I like alligator. Yeah, with the right dipping sauce, I like alligator.
Little fried alligator bites. I've had those. I've never had it on pizza.
I'm with you. I've had the fried alligator bites, but I haven't had that.
Alligator is okay, but you better have some dipping sauce. It is very dry.
Tastes like
is not real
chicken.
tasty.
Yeah, it tastes like overcooked chicken.
I feel like it would be like tree barkish because of like the. I know you don't eat the scales.
Well, they're all muscles. It's tough.
How would you eat fried rattlesnake?
I've had fried rattlesnake bites before. Now I'm deathly terrified of snakes. So I want to make sure that
I'm not scared of dead ones. Yeah,
make sure that thing's dead as a doornail. Here's one that I've had. This is one of the more interesting pizzas I've had over the years: shrimp and crawfish pizza. Unbelievable.
I like shrimp and I like crawfish. To me, those are too good of toppings to put on a pizza.
You get some good remoulade base or whatever with it. You'll be singing another tune. I promise you.
Maybe. I'm willing to try.
It's very, very good. Clay, what do you think?
It'd probably be good. It'd probably be good. I've never tried it.
Okay.
That sounds very gourmet. That sounds very highfalutin for me.
Elegant.
Yeah, too elegant for me when it comes to pizza.
Let's go to the phone lines and welcome in PA and Texarkana this morning. PA, what is your favorite pizza combination as we close down shop here on National Pizza Day?
Just double the pepperoni and make sure the crust is very, very crisp.
There you go.
And a little bit of extra cheese.
Yep. Double cheese, double pepperoni.
Nothing wrong with that.
Crispy crust.
We could eat the same. PA, you and I'd eat the same pizza. We could share it. Yeah.
Well, we're close to the same age, Clay.
Yep.
So anyway,
then y'all could share a bottle of Prilosec when you're done.
That'll work.
Hey, I start out my day with Prilosec, so don't worry about that. Yeah.
I wanted to ask Clay about those mushrooms that guy was harvesting. Were they kind of reddish pink with white dot specks on the top of the barrel?
Oh yeah, no. He said they were morels.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering because I don't know anything about it, but I was a Kappa Sig at the UA, but I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. So
Your question was awful specific there.
I'm going to send this clip to my buddies, PA. My goodness. Oh, man.
Kappa Sigs, they'd have some peyote, right?
It sounded like you knew exactly which side of the mushroom, the left or the right, where the dot should be.
Oh, man. Jeez. Hey, PA, real quick before we let you go, would you rather see Clay Henry eat chemically enhanced mushrooms or have him streak across Donald W. against Rice this year? If you had to pick one, life or death, which one would you go with?
Well, I would rather him take some mushrooms and then you streak across.
We have lost our mind here.
The football field.
You know, who knows? Clay might.
PA knows that ain't happening with me. He knows that. Right, PA?
You asked a question, I answered. I know that ain't happening.
Who knows? Maybe Clay would. PA, appreciate the call, buddy. Who knows? Clay might take the mushrooms and then voluntarily take his clothes off and streak across the field. Never know. I heard. I've heard.
You know, you have spent a lot of time wanting to get Clay naked for some reason. I can't understand. I'm a little concerned about you.
Well, here's what he does. He pulls off my clothes on this program every single day and scars me emotionally. So this would be a way of retribution in a sense to see Clay. And Clay he'd be completely proud. He's nothing to worry about. This is just a way in a sense to get him back in a way. In a sense. But it's not going to happen. It's a pipe dream of mine, of course.
Well, I will say this, Ty. There's a price for everything. There was a price for that guy to run around in a thong, right?
So you're telling me we could fundraise
Mine would be
this.
above 576,000. It'd be way above that. But there's a price for everything.
All right, we can start a little fundraiser here on the Morning Rush.
All I
know, I don't
raise
think you'll
money
get there.
to get Clay naked.
All I know is Ty's getting a little too animated about this. That's all I know.
Can't have that on the Morning Rush.
A little
Clay,
too animated.
Appreciate the time. Good show, guys.
The best deals on hot tubs and endless pools in Fort Smith